All right, team. We got AMC stock gapping up after a judge rejected the conversion. This news up on the screen, but yeah, you can kind of see the crazy moves happening. Let me get some music playing. Hold on one second. Let me know if you can hear the music. You should be able to. Can y'all hear it? Yeah. Bitcoin. All right, Bitcoin fell all the way back down. What was the reason for Bitcoin's drop? I can see it's down. All right, so yeah, basically AMC shares are surging after a judge rejected the ape conversion plan. You can see, and I am holding AMC as well. We're up really nice in it. Our average price on AMC is our average price is in at 6. It's either 6 or it's like 440. But either one of those entries is not super bad. But we are holding this. So nice to see it gapping up. All right, is the music going? Can y'all hear it? Let me know. Yeah, I could probably fix it like this. Hold on one second. There you go. Let me know if you can hear now. You should be able to. All right, so let's do a poll here. There you go. Let me know if you can hear now. You should be able to. Does AMC hit $10 today? So now vote on that poll. Let me know what you guys think. And this is a big week, honestly. We got the FOMC meeting on Wednesday. We got a lot of stuff going on this week. We got a lot of big earnings. Today's a little light. We got like Domino's and some other earnings that are small. Applied Blockchain sometime before the open supposed to be dropping their Domino's. Looks like they're already out. They dropped theirs. They posted 308 on 1.3% growth for Domino's. Hey, thanks, DS. But yeah, we got earnings mostly this week. This evening we don't really have anything big, like nothing I'm specifically gonna cover here. But tomorrow is when the big earnings start. We got Verizon, GM, GE, Spotify tomorrow morning. And then tomorrow evening, we got Microsoft, Google, Snapchat, Visa, PacWest, Teladoc, and a bunch of other ones. And then Wednesday morning, we got AT&T, Boeing, Coca-Cola, Tilray. And then after that, we got Meta, Chipotle, and a bunch of other ones too. So it's going to be an interesting week. And then that's not even including the economic data. Again, today we have S&P manufacturing and services PMI dropping at 9:45. 9:45 is when this data drops. And then tomorrow we got CB consumer confidence, the Case-Shiller, the S&P Case-Shiller house price index. And then Wednesday's the big day, though. Wednesday, we got building permit, new home sales, the FOMC meeting. Thursday, we got core durable good orders, GDP data, jobless claims. And then Friday, we have the PCE. Yeah, the personal consumption expenditure on Friday. And again, that's not even including all the big earnings. Again, Wednesday, we have Meta earnings. Tuesday, we have Google, Microsoft, Snapchat earnings, PacWest as well. Thursday, we have Roku earnings, Intel earnings, Ford, Enphase, First Solar, Skechers. So some big earnings this week. Wasn't Amazon supposed to be on the 27th? Let's see, Amazon. Okay, so the Amazon earnings aren't going to be until August 3rd. So we still got a week for Amazon. What was the other big one? It wasn't Apple. But yeah, AMC is up. Good for it, man. I'm happy for it. No, I didn't sell mine Friday. I still have it, Martin. I didn't sell any. Oh, man. First sip of coffee was right there. Every time I eat Domino's, dude, I get sick, man. I literally, every time I eat Domino's, I get sick, bro. I don't even know what to do with Domino's. Wait a minute. Yeah, crypto's down big. I'm trying to look up the reason crypto is down. The company has revised a stock conversion proposal after a surprise court ruling rejected an earlier version of the plan, according to multiple media outlets. Nvidia was up 1.3% in pre-market today. It lost almost 3% on Friday, and Microsoft's up about 0.5%, dropped about 0.9% last week or last Friday. Apple was up about 0.5%. They dropped about 0.5% on Friday, so they just kind of made those gains back up. We still have Siri. It fell 3.5% in pre-market today. It dropped about 10% on Friday as well. So Tesla down about 1% this morning after falling about 1% on Friday as well. AMD is basically break even. Had about a 0.5% gain on Friday. UPS is down 0.2% before the open in pre-market today as well. So that is what we got going on. Yeah, I mean, I can't really eat it anymore. I haven't had Domino's in like a year. Domino's used to be my favorite fast food pizza place, but every time I eat it, I get sick. I'm pretty sure it's just, honestly, what happened to me over the last couple of days made me realize it's just tomatoes. Like tomatoes and tomato sauce is what bothers my stomach, Like I've had kind of acid reflux over the last week, and it's mostly because like my father-in-law had been in town, and he's a big like pizza eater. He loves pizza, So, yeah. So, and he would just been eating lots of pizza, Yeah, red sauce, man. That's what it is. I don't know what it is. Yeah, grease could be that. I don't know. Either way, I just can't eat Domino's. Yeah, it's too much. But anyways, guys, let me look at the poll here. We did a poll. We asked people, will AMC close over 10 today? 55% of people say yes. 44% of people say no. I think it could. It definitely could. It depends on if it gets momentum after the opening bell. Again, my average price on AMC is $6.06. So my average price is $6.06. And honestly, I've been in this position for like a year. So, but $6.06 is my average price on AMC. I'll take it, man. Honestly, I was down prior to this trade, so I'll take it. But I'm in AMC right now. Carvana as well, man. Carvana. Still quiet a few days after a big breakdown, after a big run up to 60s for Carvana. Yeah. Yeah. Well, no, I mean, honestly, we basically have that. Like mine is just food sensitivity, Antoine. So like what happens is, I got old. Like getting old sucks, man. I'm in my 30s now. I used to be able to eat whatever I want. Like I could eat whatever I want. My stomach never hurt at all. I could just eat whatever I want. Now into my 30s, it's just no longer like that. I can't eat, I can't eat whatever I want anymore. It's just not like that anymore. So unfortunately, at this point, I can't eat whatever I want. But now it's mostly tomatoes. Like if I eat anything with like heavy tomatoes, like not even tomatoes, just tomato sauce, like it's too acidic. So if I eat like pasta, spaghetti, pizza, and I love pizza too, but if I eat pizza, I get sick. So it looks like I'm just gonna have to avoid pizza, and that's all right. I'm okay. Also, I see why Top Step said 50% of my dashboard is because now wait, what? Oh. Okay, yeah, I can see why Top Step changed the ruling to where it's 50%. So the ruling is now 50%. So there's a chance I'm going to get funded today. But yeah, now the new rule for Top Step is 50%. So you can now. Okay, 19. Okay, so I have two accounts that are over 50%. And so I'm going to either get funded today or tomorrow. I'm going to tell you guys that. But Top Step changed the rule to where now the consistency target is 50%. So you can get funded in 2 days now. You love it. Honestly, I can't listen to music, though. As much as I like that song playing, I can't listen to music. Yeah. I'm not saying I'm old. I'm saying that in my 30s, I'm finally hitting somewhat of old age. Like I'm not super old, obviously, and I'm sure it gets worse over time. But like I'm just now starting to see where age creeps in, and you can feel it. Hey, hit the like button. But yeah, again, we got two accounts, and we're about to just swing heavy with the rest of these. So like, yeah, we got two accounts that are over. We got two accounts that are over 50%. And so we got a 50-50 chance of hitting the goal today. Again, the goal will and has remained the same, which is we build up a cushion first. We swing hard into that cushion. Yeah. All right, guys. It's Monday. AMC squeezing up today. It's at 661s right now in pre-market. That's great. Look at that move here. You love to see it. You got Tesla down a little bit at 250s. Gapping down after dropping a little bit on Friday. Not a huge drop, but still down nonetheless. Yeah, I still feel young at my age. I really do. I still feel young. right, looking at the poll here, we got about 70 plus votes. Does AMC hit $10 today? About 60-40, yes and no. So 60% say yes, 40% say no. We're gonna get our news post on. All right, so again, so Applied Blockchain dropped their quarterly earnings as well. And we're going to break down this news here. Give me a follow on Twitter because we do break. Right, so yeah, APLD dropped their quarterly earnings. All right, so again, APLD dropped their quarterly earnings. We also had Domino's. So Domino's, DPZ. And so Applied Blockchain, I don't think they're out with their numbers yet, are they? I guess Applied Blockchain hasn't dropped theirs yet. Domino's that came out with theirs. That's what it is. All right. Yeah, so Domino's not out with theirs. All right, guys. So what else we got going on today? Again, AMC's the big news. All right, many traders are still watching Cvna after its big run last week. Currently sits at the 40s, right? For Carvana, yeah, $45 roughly. Where's Chat GPT? I'm gonna write this. Honestly, people say AI is not useful. It's incredibly useful. I'm not saying I'm getting AI to write my tweets for me. I would never, I would never tell it to rewrite this tweet for me. All right. What? All right. All right, so here's the tweet. All right, let's see if I can change this. Yeah. All right. All right, guys. So again, AMC pulling back. It's at about 650. Again, it's at about 650. All right, so again, I'm posting this now. All right, so we got our tweet dropping all the big news of today. And again, we're going to start doing this like regularly. It's going to be a regular thing. If you want to help support the channel, follow the tweet, hit the like button. There's the link right there. Check it out. We definitely appreciate it. Everybody hit the follow button. Here's my Twitter account. If you want to be really supportive to my channel, go give this tweet a follow. Give it a follow. Hit the heart button on this tweet. We'll see how supportive you guys really are, honestly. So there's the link. Again, help me out. Hey, thank you, Jason, my guy. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. All right, so again, somebody's asking me for this news, and yeah, so if you guys see, Adam Aaron posted this tweet. He titled it. Again, he titled it, "My open letter message below." Hey, thank you, Clarence, my guy. Thank you, man. He titled it, "My open letter message below to you all is on a subject of existential importance to AMC Entertainment Holdings. I urge you to read it, Adam Aaron," end quote. He said, quote, "An open letter to our investors on July 23rd, which was yesterday. Raising fresh equity in the near term is critical to our company, so it is important that we work to address the concern raised in the Delaware Court of Chancery's ruling on Friday in leading AMC through this once-in-a-century pandemic and its aftermath. I have been driven by this overarching goal. Do not let AMC fall into financial ruin and ensure that AMC survives. Put AMC on a path to eventually thrive. Along the way, I've done my utmost to be transparent with AMC shareholders, and I'm doing so again now." He said, quote, and this, again, I'm quoting Adam Aaron. He said, "AMC must be in a position to I'll put it on the screen. AMC must be in a position to raise equity capital. I repeat, to protect AMC shareholder value over the long run, we must be able to raise equity capital. This is especially the case now with the added uncertainty caused by the writers and actors strikes, which could delay the releases of movies currently scheduled for 24 and 25. If we are unable to raise capital, the risk materially increases of AMC conceivably running out of cash in 24 and 25, or of AMC being unable to satisfactorily refinance and stretch out the maturity of some of our debt, which is required of us beginning as early as 24. The risk of financial collapse is not whimsical. Cineworld and Regal, the second largest movie theater chain in the world, fell to bankruptcy and their equity holders were essentially wiped out. Bed Bath & Beyond, which was viewed as the third most watched meme stock, also fell into bankruptcy and their equity holders also were essentially wiped out. Fortunately, at AMC, we have been much smarter, much more agile, and much more skillful. We have risen to every challenge here too, and I have every confidence in our continued ability to successfully navigate through these complicated times. The AMC shareholders who actually voted in our March 14th special election understood all this. 72% of them and 91% of 8 preferred unit holders who casted votes agreed with our board's view as to how to best proceed. We appreciate their support and genuinely know that they are in our corner. We sincerely believe we are on the surest path to ensuring AMC's survival by allowing us to raise equity and to do so at the highest possible price with the least amount of dilution. All right, so that's page 1. Thoughts? Let me know what you guys think. Here's page 2. With millions of shareholders, though understandably there are many voices, many opinions, and many critics. Some wish ill for the company and have nefarious aims. Some are grandstanding and trying to gain notoriety for themselves at AMC's expense. These individuals do not deserve your trust, but most are well-intentioned and motivated by varying concerns. Some are distraught to the values of their AMC shares or APE units fall. Some are skeptical and greatly troubled by how Wall Street markets function. The anger about their view of manipulative practices is constantly visible on Twitter, and many are just trying to understand how, what, and why we are doing what we do. They especially are trying to figure out the impact dilution might have on their AMC investment. To these later groups, I would say again, AMC put ourselves in a position to be able to raise equity capital. This is what we will make it more likely that that first we survive and then we thrive. Indeed, over the last few years, there have been an enormous short share position in AMC stock. In my view, the wisest way to defeat that short thesis is to take bankruptcy risk off the table to the extent possible. And we do that by AMC being able to raise equity if, as, and when needed. I don't hold these views cavalierly. Remember, I am AMC's largest retail shareholder with an economic interest in more than 8.3 million AMC shares or APE units. And while I did file a share selling plan in August of 21 that was implemented over a 3-month period, I have not sold a single AMC or APE unit more than a year and a half later, and I have no intention of selling any units anytime soon. My own finances are directly aligned with yours. As I have said before, I ride with you. Accordingly, given the absolute imperative to be able to raise equity capital going forward, we take the court's ruling Friday ruling. In response, yesterday, we, along with the plaintiffs, filed with the Delaware Court a modification of the legal release surrounding the settlement of the Delaware litigation in an effort to address the court's voiced concerns. If the court agrees, it would be our hope to implement as soon as possible the plan approved in the AMC stockholder election in March. In closing, I would remind everybody that we have several enormously popular movies in our theaters this very minute, highlighted by Barbie, Oppenheimer, Sound of Freedom, and Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1. All this effort around AMC in these past 3 years plus has been about saving moviegoing in theaters in America and the world over. I encourage you to enjoy the fruits of that labor. Go see dazzling images on our huge silver screens. Enjoy yourself and go see a movie. End quote. Adam Aaron here. Now, again, so a couple things that I take from this, right? A couple things that I take from this. Number one is that he's nervous. This sounds like a nervous Adam Aaron. To put it into perspective, for those that might not understand what's going on here, okay? Number one, I'm going to preface it with I am in AMC. I've been in AMC for like at least a year, I would say. I'm not sure, but I know I've been in it for at least a year, I think. It's definitely at least been like 8 or 9 months. I can't remember how long. I think it's been longer than that, though. But either way, point is I'm holding AMC, so I'm not against it, right? Now, I see it from both different sides. All right, number one. Dilution, fundamentally, in a company is typically not good. Okay, dilution is not good. So doubling your float and selling shares, number one, is typically not a good thing for a company. I know he brought up Bed Bath & Beyond. Bed Bath & Beyond's a company that's obsolete. You don't need Bed Bath & Beyond anymore. That's just an objective truth. Like, nobody shops at Bed Bath & Beyond anymore. So bringing up Bed Bath & Beyond and being like, hey, we're not Bed Bath & Beyond. I mean, it's true. AMC's definitely not. They definitely have more utility than Bed Bath & Beyond. But, like, it's kind of like obvious. It's like, okay, well, obviously you're not Bed Bath & Beyond, number one. Number two, what this ultimately means, guys, is that AMC is struggling for money. Okay, if they're super desperate to do an offering like this, that means AMC is struggling for money. That means that they are wanting to sell shares and dilute their shares so that they have money, right? Because what happens, like, okay, a company does an offering when they're in need of financial money. When they need money, they sell shares, right? They dilute the company when they do so. And so what this means is that they need money. Regardless of what anybody says, what Adam Aron says, this means they need money, right? If he's this desperate about it, they need money. And again, an offering is typically not the best thing for shares, right? It's obviously raising some optimism for AMC because of the ape. People are super upset about the ape divvy and like what that entailed. But I think Adam Aron, at the same time, though, if I'm being honest, I think Adam Aron he's telling the truth. He wants AMC to go up just like you guys do, but I think you got to look at it from two different points here. Okay. So like Adam Aron wants AMC to go up, but I think his fears mostly lie, and he doesn't want them to go bankrupt. He doesn't want AMC to go bankrupt. And while this plan was rejected in the courts, and while that made the AMC stock go up, I think he's worried that if this doesn't go through, AMC is at a greater risk for bankruptcy, is what it sounds like to me, right? So he said basically what he sounds like is that if this doesn't go through, AMC is at a greater risk of bankruptcy. That's the only reason I think he would act this way and really, really push it, is because he's worried that, while we might get upward movements like this first, when a plan like this is rejected, he's worried about long-term bankruptcy, is what I think he's worried about. Less about short-term squeezes and more so about long-term bankruptcy. And again, we'll see what happens. Let me know what you guys think. Yeah, I mean, I disagreed with the ape conversion again, and I covered this thing. I streamed all the earnings. I streamed the news conference. I was there when the guy was eating on stream and chewing on stream, and nobody could hear what he was saying. Like I cover all these. But again, I've disagreed with some of Aaron's moves in the past too. I think Aaron came out and said, "Hey guys, we're gonna do this ape divvy. It's gonna be the greatest thing ever. This ape divvy is gonna save AMC. It's gonna be greatest thing ever." And then they do it. And then about 4 months later, Adam Aron comes out and says, "Hey guys, getting rid of the ape divvy is the greatest thing ever. It's gonna be the greatest thing ever. It's gonna save AMC." And so, for lack of a better word, he's been inconsistent. He hasn't been consistent. And he's kind of just been like just pulling traders back and forth in different, plans. And that's fine. I hope AMC goes up. I'm in it. I'm holding it. And I really do hope it goes up. Let me know what you guys think happens here. Well, because Grape Ape said, why not let it squeeze and do an offering at elevated prices? It's not that easy. Because if the prices are too high, it's going to be very difficult to sell the shares. And, that could cause negative action if, like, they do an offering and, you know what I mean? So, there's a few different reasons, Yeah, and y'all check out my Twitter here. Give me a follow on Twitter. We post these big news stories that really detail like everything here. So if you look at this, like we tell you everything that's going on, all the big stories in news and stock market. You get one-stop shop. You follow it every day. You're gonna get that news. All right, guys. Hope you guys had a good weekend. Y'all had a good weekend? Hopefully y'all's weekend was good. Yeah, I see the NASDAQ falling down. I was on a boat in the middle of the lake. Nice. All right, yeah, and we're in AMC right now. Let's see if it flies back up. I'm hoping it does, honestly. And again, I'm excited because we are going to potentially get funded. We're going to get funded this week. I know that's for sure. Did the Angels trade Ohtani? I think so. Look, Ohtani's great. He's probably the greatest player. He's definitely the greatest baseball player right now. The argument is whether he's the GOAT all time. And I think it's close, honestly. Haters will say he's not. But I don't think it's really arguable. I think it's subjective. I think Ohtani's he's definitely one of the top 5 baseball players ever. And they can say, oh, well, no other players were essentially allowed to do what he's doing now. But I'll tell you this, no other players were good enough to do what he's doing now, so it's close. But if I'm the Angels, you've had Trout sitting on your squad for freaking a decade now. I think you gotta trade Ohtani and try to get a stronger squad up there. Yeah, I think you gotta trade Ohtani and get like a better squad. Tesla flying up. Is it really? So Tesla up a little bit here. I wouldn't really call it flying, but it's up a little bit. It's over the 200 EMA. It's at 256.85s right now, 256.80s. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about Adam Aaron here, man. Do y'all agree with him? Dude, Trey's got all swole all of a sudden, man. Hopefully there's no juice involved, Yeah, Bitcoin down. Royal Phillips. Yeah, so AMC dipped all the way down to 640, roughly 640. The NASDAQ's been breaking down a little bit over the last 20 minutes, but mostly green morning so far today. Up some for sure. Yeah, I mean, listen, And today we got manufacturing and services PMI data coming out. All right, we're getting ready to trade. Wait, what? All right, so yeah, our best day we made less than 1,500. Okay, good. All right, look at Tesla bounce back up again. We'll see if AMC consolidates and hits these levels here. Looking at our poll, we got a couple hundred votes. 51% say no. We got over 300 people here. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Run those numbers up here. You can see the NASDAQ bouncing back some. Part of me wants to short. All right. Let's get this ready here. All right, let's check this out. 72. All right. Five. Okay, gotcha. All right, team. NASDAQ bouncing back up a little bit. Again, we'll see if we bounce all the way back here. All right, NASDAQ is starting to bounce. Again, we'll see if it holds. Big green action. Tesla bouncing back a little bit as well. A lot of this is due to Tesla rebounding some. Yeah. Hey, what's up, import? Big red day. I'd say the AMC situation, as long as the CTV and short interest remain so high as the price doesn't immediately crater, we should see some nice action. Yeah, I think they're definitely going to have some volume interest today. That's the good thing about it. I mean, we're definitely going to have some people, some heads watching this. You know what I mean? So we got some interest. You know, and that means we could potentially get a squeeze. We'll see. Good morning. I just got here. Hey, John, did I miss any AMC combo yet? Yeah, we missed a lot of it. You missed a lot. I mean, mostly what we've been talking about today is AMC. And again, we read the letter from Adam Aaron. We talked about what that means for everything. We did a poll. We did a bunch of different stuff. So, yeah, man. But basically, right now, Adam Aaron, I'll basically go over what I thought. Basically, Adam Aaron seems nervous to me specifically. He seems worried. You know, he just seems worried. You know, so Ron seems worried regarding AMC. Again, what it sounded like to me is that he's worried about bankruptcy. That, you know, dilution, the risks of dilution, there's a couple risks, obviously. Right, there's a few risks of dilution. You know, there are a few risks there. It sounds to me like he's worried about dilution. It sounds to me like he's worried about bankruptcy. You know, he brought up Bed Bath & Beyond. He brought up a couple of other ones. To me, it sounds like he's worried about bankruptcy. And again, I don't know what it means. We'll see. But Tupperware. Y'all good, Jay? Yeah, it sounds like there's a profitability problem. I couldn't imagine, like, again, what this means, guys. Okay, so think about it like this, right? Offerings are dilution. Right. So when you do an offering, you're diluting the company. You're selling shares. And typically, companies do offerings because they're not making enough in their main business. Right. So if you're not making enough in your main business, what do? You dilute the company. You sell shares. That's typical. So again, what this offering means is that they're worried about bankruptcy. Again, why does it mean that? Well, it means that because if they were making enough money from their main business, they wouldn't need to do an offering to convert everything. That's the risk. Yeah, and again, I'm in AMC right now. I am holding AMC. We are in it. We are holding it. And yeah, we'll see what happens here. But I am in AMC right now. We are holding it. You know, and so let's just be careful today. See what we get. Anything good? Sounded like he was begging for more money and trying to basically say if they kept going like this, they would need to survive. Yeah, that's what it sounded like to me. It sounded like he said they were in dire position money wise. That's what it sounded like to me. And again, I'm not saying that's what they are, but that's what he sounded like. So again, I'm in AMC. My average price, I thought my average price might have been $4.40. My average price is $6.06. I've been in this one for like a year. So I mean, all right, Tesla pulling back to 257s here, 257s, guys. AMC dropping now. Yeah, with the ape divvy back up to $182, and I get people piling into AMC with the assumption that with the ape conversion, you can see ape divvy is up to 177s right now. We saw this run 100% in 10 minutes, so seeing a drop over hours doesn't worry me. Yeah, I mean, I'm still in it. I'm not worried. I didn't take profit or anything on the bounce either. And again, my average price is around $6. Around $6 flat is where my average price is. So Carol and I started the movie The Covenant yesterday. We watched about half of it, the Guy Ritchie movie. It was pretty good. The first half we saw was pretty good. We're going to have to finish it today. Yeah, I heard Oppenheimer was good. Let me pull up Discord. All right, Tesla's still bouncing. Look at AMC pop. So AMC just hit about 650 right now on the bounce here. I'm watching all the news coming out for it now, but yeah, AMC just bounced up to 6 something. Where's my Twitter? And I'm running out of pages, man. All right, so Elon Musk, man, changing his name to X on Twitter. All right, guys, so we're kind of hanging out, sitting tight here. Matt Kors trolling people on Twitter. Alex Cohen said, quote, I was laid off from Twitter today. I was the designer in charge of our new rebranding to X. I learned so much in the 2.5 weeks at the company, but I'm excited to see where I land next. If you're hiring a self-taught junior developer, please DM me. Graphic design is my passion. This dude's a troll. Spotify announcing a new price structure: premium $10.99 a month, premium duo $15.99 or $14.99 a month, premium family $16.99, premium student. Obviously, I've never used Spotify as a business though. All right, so Twitter is about to be no more. So Twitter is going away, and it's now going to be X. So again, Twitter's going away. They're now going to rebrand themselves as just X. Thoughts on that? Do y'all think that's good or bad? Look at AMC pop back up here, guys. We are looking at AMC. See if we can find any better news here for it. But yeah. Somebody said, quote, "This is clearly stock manipulation. AMC shot up Friday, and now it felt like Sunday afternoon was the right time to post that poorly written letter." Yeah. The problem is, like, everybody's a conspiracy theorist, though. You know, I don't know if this is even a conspiracy, but it looks like AMC traders are upset. And yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. Again, I'm in AMC. Let's see if Carvana squeezes up as well. Carvana at 45. Yeah, I've been hearing a lot about Oppenheimer. Never seen it. What's the hype for AMC today? Well, AMC's up because a judge rejected the ape conversion plan that they had in place, and now Adam Aaron posted a letter on the platform formerly known as Twitter, and basically, if you read the letter, it sounds like he's worried about bankruptcy. It sounds like they're going to run out of money, and he's basically begging traders to support the conversion, which comes on the heels of, like, over the last year. Again, the ape divvy is the greatest thing ever. You know, getting rid of the ape divvy is now the greatest thing ever. And so at a certain point, for lack of a better words, my guy's just inconsistent. You know, for lack of a better word, my guy's just inconsistent. He's just not super consistent. All right, guys. So, again, the NASDAQ popping up a little bit today. I'm going to put the SPY up here. Here's Tesla. The SPY. SPY up to 450s. And again, All right. AMC testing 6. So honestly, my AMC shares are probably about flat right now. Still doing much better than we were last week, though, of course, but still looking about flat. SPY at 453s. We are in one contract here of a micro E-mini trade. We're riding this up. I'm going to go and take half of that off, just lock in some more. On this account specifically now, we are up about 250 or so on the account. Again, goal is to build up a cushion if we can, 260, 270, 280. I'm going to go ahead and lock that in right there. All right, so now we are up 285 on this account. All right, that's the first cushion. We're building up cushions today, trying to swing, make some money. See if we can. Yeah, I don't do any predictions today. I don't do any predictions ever. Doge up on the X news. All right, so we got this big pop up. The SPY is bouncing. AMC is still sitting quiet here, and we do have a manufacturing and services PMI this morning. Looking at our poll numbers here, let's check out what we got. We asked people, does AMC break over 10 today? 51% say no, 49% say yes. We're actually pretty split down the middle here. Again, if you haven't already seen our new daily, we're doing this new thing where daily we drop a hot news story every morning early. And so if you want to see what's going on in the market early every morning, earnings, stock market news, all that good stuff, here is the link. Give me a follow on the platform formerly known as Twitter. Give me a follow. Hit the heart button. At the very least, we'll see who's really supportive. Hit the heart button. Do it now. Just try it one time. Might feel good. All right, so Walgreens, we're in Walgreens. Walgreens still doing great, honestly, up to 30.6. AMC just tapped lows, testing $6 a share right now, guys. Look at $6 a share. Very relevant spot here. Look, here's 6 right here. We're testing $6 a share for AMC. All right. So we locked in profit there. We got a little cushion on this one. And we're going to have a little plan here of just kind of building up a cushion and some. But look, AMC bouncing right at that $6 level. All right, so let's take a look. So this is on 6.2. We're good. Nothing there. Nothing there. All right, so we're right at that level now here, guys. We're watching the market. The market looks to be trending. Three. Yeah, and I'll tell you this, we are going to get funded this week. AMC bouncing right at $6. Right at $6. Sudden Bitcoin fall. Yeah, Bitcoin's down a lot today, man. It dropped pretty heavily. Bitcoin down to 29.2s, man. So big drop. It's the biggest drop Bitcoin's seen in a minute. There's a few different reasons. There's a few reasons for Bitcoin's drop. I'm trying to find what's the reason for the Bitcoin drop. Does anybody know? You try to go to crypto news, you just got a bunch of people spamming like scams. All right, so Kronos announced a partnership with Ubisoft, MetaMask. Binance officially integrated into the Bitcoin Lightning Network. Chat. Well, duh, there's more sellers than buyers, obviously. All right, so we are up again on our latest trade here. We're up about 400 on the day now, a little bit over 400. Again, the goal is to build up a cushion. We want $1,500. 65, so we're up like... All right, so now we are up. This is our P&L. Again, goal is to build a profit first. We got the first half, $430 in profit, roughly. No losses yet on this account. Attacking trends here this morning. Hey, what's up, Douglas? Yeah, so Douglas, apparently, man, that's you, free information, right? That's you, Douglas, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure that's you. But apparently there was two Douglases. There was a Douglas Straight, which for whatever reason I thought was you. And then there was another Douglas. So I had been talking to this Douglas Straight guy thinking that it was you, but apparently it was a different Douglas. You know, so my bad. Hope you're doing well, bro. Somebody sold a big position of Bitcoin. Yeah, I'm looking the news up, man. The problem with crypto is like, you try to check news, it's like so many people spam these giveaways, and like the scammers have just like run that market so into the ground that like it's so hard to find actual news because there's so many people just plugging scams, unfortunately. So yeah. And again, guys, we got some big stuff dropping this week here, guys. So remember, we do have some big stuff dropping this week. If you haven't already, check out our latest video. This video details the huge news. Like, we got a lot of stuff going on this week, a lot of different stuff in a lot of different markets. This video details what we got going on. So watch this video. I'm going to title it Weekly Prep. Guys, watch that video. Also, if you haven't already, check out Moomoo. I don't think I've switched. Oh, man, I think I forgot to do something here. Oops. Oh, man. But yeah, if you haven't checked out Moomoo, Moomoo is the platform I'm currently on right now. They're really useful because what they allow you to do is they allow you to get a bunch of free stocks just for signing up. So if you open up an account and deposit, at least $100, you get 5 free stocks. And I got like Palantir and some other good ones too. You open up an account, deposit over 1,000, you get 15 free stocks. You open up an account, deposit over 5K, you get the previous 15 plus a free share of Google or Tesla. And I did get Tesla. And this is just a really nice platform. Like if you look at this, I can look up PE ratios for companies. If you go to this explore section here, If you go to this explore section, this is really where the bread and butter is. You can kind of see, I can look up the best performing sectors right here at the bottom. So if you see this, I can see the best performing sectors. I can go to the stock heat map and it'll show me like a full, really intuitive heat map right here that shows me a lot of different stuff. I can look up US, Hong Kong, Canada, Japan, Australia, and more different markets. I can look in pre-market and see what the biggest stuff in pre-market. Obviously, AMC's at the top right here because it's going absolutely nuts, followed by like Tupperware and a couple other ones. I can look at the big movers and after hours. Again, AMC still at the top. IPOs are going around, so you can see all that Chinese privatization, Hong Kong, comprehensive rankings of different stocks here. And so just really, really useful there. I can go to hot strategies and build and see what head and shoulders are playing out, what triple bottoms are playing out, what double bottoms are playing out, what arc bottoms, horn bottoms, bullish flags, bullish symmetrical triangles, bullish continuous diamonds. Look how useful that is. Seriously, I can go to the different patterns. I can pull up a screener and build my own screeners. I can check for less than 15 PE ratios and pull up all the different stocks that have it, plus really intuitive scanner as well. I can look at different markets in that scanner too. Institutional holdings, shareholder changes, broker rankings. You can see what brokers are ranking different things, IPOs, different announcements on my watch list. Right now we got JP Morgan, divvy payouts, futures analysis if you like futures, so I can look at like the E-mini, crude, all that good stuff. This paperfolio section also allows you to follow different traders and you'll see what their portfolio is. So you can see this guy's up 0.3% in the day. You can see his portfolio. If I like what he's trading and I want to copy him, I can click follow. I can go to monthly and see this guy's up 240% on the month on EBLO trades. I can follow him as well. Training, this guy's up almost 60% on the month. You can see his chart mostly from Riot. This guy, For Fun, US, Daypod. I can follow all these traders, see what they're doing. Really useful if you want to see what profitable traders are doing and follow them. Again, this platform is free. It doesn't cost anything. One of the best news sources in the game right here. And again, I can pull up an economic calendar and see what's going on. You can see Domino's earnings, Logitech earnings, all that good stuff. I can go to the headlines and see all the big stuff going on in headlines with this upcoming week. I can go to my watch list. They also give you free unusual option activity here, so which is usually a monthly subscription. And there's just so much more, guys. Honestly, so much more. And again, if you open up an account, deposit at least $100, you get 5 free stocks. Over $1,000 deposit gets you 15 free stocks. Over $5K, you get the previous 15 plus a free share of Google or Tesla. And I did get Tesla. If you want to check them out, here is the link. I'll pin it to the top of the chat. They are a sponsor of mine. I'm biased for sure in their favor, but it really is pretty useful here. Check it out. I'm going to pin that to the top. There we go. All right. I read Elon Tesla removed Bitcoin as a form of payment. Not sure how true that is. Is that true? I'm opening contracts on both sides. Oh, yeah, there's the other Doug. Yeah, both of y'all are cool with me, Doug. Yeah, y'all are both cool. Sorry, I just thought y'all were the same person. Michael Saylor backed out of some conference when he learned that Schiff was going to be there and they were going to have to head-on-head about Bitcoin, according to Schiff. All right, guys. AMC consolidating at the $6 level here, right around $6. Again, here's the SPY on the right side. Gapping up some today on the SPY. So SPY is gapping up some. And remember, we have manufacturing and services PMI today at 945. I mean, everything has lubricants, CT, I'm pretty sure, right? So, like, all cars have lubricants. Lubricants are always going to be necessary in the oil industry. Like, lubricants are always going to be a thing. So, like, motor or oils of some sort. Maybe not motor oil, but oils of some sort or lubricants are always necessary. 2 Dougs. It is like the hang-up, yeah. You are the fastest talking guy from Louisiana I've ever heard. These are these top-notch reading skills right here, bro. Some say I'm the greatest reader of all time ever. Some have said that, I think. They might have said that. I don't know. Top 3 for sure. Greatest readers of all time ever in the world for sure. All right, so we're watching the Ape Divvy as well here. Here's testing $6, so it's trying to break down under 6. There's $6 right now for AMC. It's right at that $6 level right now. Let's see if it holds. Yeah, definitely top 3 of all time ever. Again, Bitcoin hitting 28.9K this morning. All right, team. Top 3, all 3 for sure. Definitely top 3. All right, guys. Again, vote on the poll. Will AMC hit 10 today? I think it's possible. 52% say no. 48% say yes. Does AMC hit $10 today? Let me know, man. All right, guys. So we're sitting tight, waiting for something to happen here. We've been day trading some today. We got one account with the cushion. All right, so chat. You guys red or green so far this morning, chat? Let me know. Red or green this morning, team? Hey, what's up, Tyler? Tesla does not use transmission oil as lubricating substance that never need to be changed on newer models. Only the Model S. Yeah. All right, so my question for today is, will the ape conversion go through? Is my big question. Will it go through? You guys, let me know what you guys think. Will the ape conversion go through? The judge rejected the plan for the previous conversion today. That's the reason or last week. That's the reason that it's up big. Will it go through? Let me know. Again, I don't know. Will it go through? Let me know. All right, so we're testing back down to $6 a share here. $6 a share. Any other big news? We're still kind of reading some stuff. I know Applied Blockchain had some stuff that came out. And we do have manufacturing and services PMI today. Public Storage and Blackstone Real Estate Income Trust announced an agreement for them to acquire Simply Self Storage. Slight $8, nothing yet. What's the short interest on AMC? I'm not really sure, honestly. Let me check. All right, so AMC short interest is showing up. All right, so 1.15 billion with 177.5 million shares on loan. At the close on Friday, it was 636. All right, so we are up again in a different account here. All right, so we built up a cushion in a couple of these accounts now. Let's see where we at. Is this right? Yeah, okay, that's one. Okay, that's two. All right, so we got a couple cushions. We're building up cushions right now in these accounts. That's what we're doing our best. That's two. Big one we want to keep here. Make sure we don't mess that one up. Is this one, which we are now over that. Nice. Okay, that's the one we just built. Okay, we could go with 152. Okay, that's a different one. 15. 19. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so again, we're kind of AMC just broke under $6. We are at 6 or 590s right now, guys. 590s. Yeah, the NASDAQ rebalancing might influence the market as well. Well, there's a billion shares if you include the Martin says AMC float is 1 billion. It's 1 billion if you include the ape dividend shares. You know, so it's like 500. It's roughly 500 mil regular, 500 mil ape divvy. All right, but look at AMC, guys, falling down in pre today. Falling down in pre. AMC will go down before it goes up. Microsoft breaking 348, and we can see 352. Yeah, and they drop earnings tomorrow. So Microsoft earnings are tomorrow, guys. So again, remember, Microsoft earnings are tomorrow. It's something that you definitely want to pay attention to. Microsoft earnings are tomorrow. They drop with Snapchat and Google. We'll probably cover Microsoft earnings just because they're the most relevant for like AI, but we'll also cover Google as well. So we still got a lot of stuff to go over and cover today for sure. I don't think there's any more shorts to buy. Yeah, you can kind of see we are currently in one trade. We've got about 4 contracts of the NASDAQ on our 150K combine. So we already built up a cushion of about $500 or $600 here. We're slightly green. You can see the wedge that we have right now. So you can kind of see the wedge in play here. Let me draw it. Again, you can kind of see. I wouldn't really call it a flag because there's no pole to it. Like a flag will typically have a pole like this, and then it'll be a flag. Just a wedge or a triangle is going to have no pole like this, where it's just kind of, where it just kind of looks like this. Just a triangle or flag or whatever you want to call it. That's what we're seeing right now. But again, we are in 4 contracts of the NASDAQ, already up $500 or $600 today, and so we could take a large position here. Again, the goal is to build up a cushion. Yeah, the Hollywood strike is interesting. Do you guys agree with it? It's hard for me to have sympathy for like millionaires. You know, like, again, I see one of the biggest complaints in this Hollywood strike from actors who got paid up front, who are crying because they don't have royalties. It's like, bro, y'all, like, listen, a lot of these, it's like, look, man, that's kind of the deal. You know, like the person putting up the money is going to make the royalties. You know, unless they're a huge star, and they've got to be a huge star. But the person putting up the money is going to make the royalties. You know what I mean? You can't get paid a lump sum at the beginning, and then afterwards, when you spend all your lump sum money, get mad at the movie studio because they didn't give you royalties as well. You could have argued that in your contract, to be honest, but it's not their responsibility. Again, the person who puts up the money, like, takes the risk. They take the risk. Like, the issue I have is that, all right, so we got a nice little pop up here. I'm going to take one contract, lighten this position just a little bit, just lock it in. And we'll try to let the rest ride a little bit more. I'll probably sell in 30 seconds. But no. But I guess the point is, like, the person putting up the money for these movies and studios, or the person taking the risk. If the movie tanks and or the show does really poorly, they lose a bunch of money, right? The actor's not going to be the one that, since there, loses all the money, responsible for it. And so for the actors to get a lump sum payment, and then once the show is wildly successful, then cry because they don't have royalties, just seems to be not, like, reasonable, in my opinion. And again, it's hard for me to have sympathy for millionaires and billionaires, but again, that's just kind of how it goes. You get paid up front, you know, that's just kind of what happens. I'm gonna go ahead and take another half off. Yeah, the riders are a different story. The riders are definitely the ones that should be paid. And I agree with that. The actors are the ones that it's hard for me to have sympathy for. Yeah, Chris says none whatsoever. I agree, man. I mean, listen, that's business. Like, in business, you put up money, right? The investor is always the one that has the biggest potential return, right? So if the movie is a wild hit, the investor is the one that's going to be making that money, right? It's not the actor. The actor can't get mad, you know, because it's not them putting up the money. The actors are not the ones putting up the money and taking the risk, right? The investor is, right? And this is true in Universal with business. Like, again, universally, this is true, right? The person putting up the money and investing the money is the person taking the risk. And so they're the ones that are going to win the most in the end, is the person putting up the money. You know, so again, the actor's getting upset. It's just like, look, man, I get it. The show you're working on is huge. Or the show you worked on ended up being a wild success, right? But nobody knew if it was going to be in the beginning. You know, so like the actors, especially like relatively like lesser known actors that are not super famous already, of course they're not going to get that much. Like what their benefit is not from strictly monetary purposes in the acting game. Like their benefit is that they're going to be well known if the show takes off, it becomes successful. That's one of the things that they get for it, and they obviously understand that going into it. And so a lot of them crying because they don't make more money because the show is successful. It's just kind of like, bro, you know, you're not investing the money into it. You're not taking the risk. You can't cry about it now, in my opinion, you know. But again, I don't know. It's hard for me to have sympathy. New Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle? Is it good? Does it look good? I don't know. Yeah, I think the average worker, I know a lot of them are underpaid too, for sure. So I know a lot of them are underpaid, and I feel for the average worker. It's just hard for me to like have sympathy for actors, you know. It's kind of like the UFC. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like the UFC. Like, people complain about the UFC. They say they don't pay them enough money and all this stuff. But, like, bro, the biggest stars in the UFC get a lot of money. And it's all relative to how much they bring in. And I think that's very reasonable. You know, a lot of them got the personality of a freaking squash, yet yet they want like huge money every fight, and it's just not a reasonable expectation. I think at a certain point, if you're entertaining enough to really bring pay-per-view buys, you're gonna get paid, you know, and you'll have leverage, you know, you'll have bargaining leverage and stuff. If you're a really boring fighter who, you know, is 5-5 and doesn't ever really talk smack or get everybody hyped up, you can't really complain if you only get bare minimum payment, you know. Yeah, I think you got to look at everything in the lens of a business. Yeah, I'm in AMC right now. I've been holding AMC for like a year. And again, we ended up cutting that loss. AMC back over 6, though. That's a great sign. AMC back over 6. Streamers also don't know how well they will do, and have to invest time and resources to try and see. 100%, man. I mean, listen, streaming's tough, dude. Streaming's tough. I mean, I can't complain at all. I get paid very well. I really do. I get paid very well. I can't complain at all. But like, I can't complain at all. But you'll see some of the biggest haters that my channel gets, right? Some of the biggest haters that my channel gets are people who used to want to work with me, or people who have worked for me before. And for whatever reason, I'm just not trying to work with anybody right now in that way. I'm not trying to bring anybody on this stream. I don't want to bring anybody on. I don't want to have guests. Guests are a freaking headache to me. You know, no offense to everybody else. If you were once a guest, that's great. I appreciate you. I really do. But like, the guests coming on my stream know what it is too, man. Like, they know they're coming on here to try to get like publicity themselves most of the time. Like, the guests are coming on trying to get publicity themselves. But like, I have no obligation to continue bringing guests on. Guests are a freaking headache to me. Honestly, I bring guests on if I don't want to have them on the next show. Some of them just freak out and get weird, you know what I mean? And then just like get upset and get weird and like pressure. You know, I've had multiple guests get weird in a lot of different ways, you know? So it's like, I think anytime you have power in any area, people want to take it from you, you know? And so I think it's just easier not to have guests. But yeah. Hey, what's up, Shepard? The issue is the use of AI images of the actors after the movies in some different movies. Yeah, I think that's wrong. So I definitely think that's wrong, Michelle, where he said the issue is AI. If they're putting out AI images to avoid paying the actors, that's certainly wrong. But you know, that's certainly wrong. Because I could understand why the movie theaters might want to do that to save money. But Pawn's here, man. Yeah, a lot of the time the engagement does go down. And again, a lot of it is just really polarized. Like, some people love the guests and then some people hate the guests. And so either way, I lose viewers. And, you know, what I noticed very consistently is when I started having other streamers on my show, right? Immediately drop in views. Like, if I was like, hey guys, I'm closing it down, and then I brought another guest on, I would immediately drop in views. Like, my viewership would go from like 300 to 400 to like 100. And so I realized very quickly, people are trying to watch me. You know, they don't want, like, as much as the guests want to grow, and I understand that. And I'll give them plugs. Any guest that's ever been on my show, you want to shout out, I got you. You know, I'm just not about to bring you on the show. None of them. They're all great. I appreciate all of them. They really are. But, you know, it's just too much of a headache. Pawn can come on the show. I've tried to get Pawn. One of the things I like about Pawn, though, is that he doesn't want to come on the show. You know, a lot of the time, like, I would hire guests, or I would hire contractors to work on the back end, and then they would want to come on the show a lot, and I would have to basically like pressure them not to over and over. I'd say, hey, because it would just stress me out. So it's like, I think people come on the stream, and I think if they've never streamed before, it's like a really exciting, kind of like scary, intimidating thing at first, right? It's kind of like scary, intimidating. You got all these people here. Some of them are really nice, and that can feel good. And I think if you're really intimidated ahead of time and you finally come on stream and you realize everybody's nice and great most of the time, then that can be really like an addicting thing for people. And so even though I might hire somebody not to come on the show and to do stuff on the back end, a lot of them wanted to come on the stream anyway and started like wanting to come on the stream every day. Every day they wanted to come on stream every day to where it really became a headache. And so again, I just noticed very quickly, like, I'm just not going to have any guests on the show. Not unless they're like a big guest with a big following that, like, you know what I mean? Then I might. But if they're not that, sorry, guys. I've let enough small channels come on my show, you know. I love the show just the way it is. Hey, thanks, man. And again, we're just kind of hanging out here. I don't have much to talk about. We're watching AMC pop up to 650s. So we're watching that. The NASDAQ is completely flat and sideways. I think I should still make money on the last trade, I think. All right, so yeah, we are up about 550. I'll take that. SPY dipping under the volume weighted average price. Yeah, Bobby was cool. I like Bobby, you know. I didn't have anything against Bobby. Bobby was cool. Bitcoin breaking down. Yeah, Bitcoin down at 29.2 thousand. So Bitcoin trying to hold 29,000 right now. It was at over 29K. It's trying to hold 29K now. Tesla looking weak. Yeah, you can see the SPY here on the right side. Here's Tesla in the middle. 255s right now, 255. So we'll see if it holds. But 255 is trying to hold. Yeah, crypto weak today. AMC popping back up though. AMC at 650. I'll take it, man. I'll see if it continues to bounce. Disney up again today as well. My Disney trade looking real nice. Yeah, I don't think I'll ever have a co-host free. I mean, if it was something where it's like I couldn't manage this myself, you know what I mean? If it was something where it's like I was struggling to manage this myself, maybe. But like I can run this whole channel mostly by myself with Pawn's help on the back end, you know? So it's like I've tried to hire people before, and not you, of course, Douglas. Like you were great, man. You were great. You know, it's nothing against you at all. But like I've tried to hire people outside of you before, Douglas and Pawn, and you know, it just ends up being like a lot. Like I got to pay them for a lot, and like not really much is, you know, I'm not really gaining much from it, is what you notice. And so I just very quickly realized, like, hey, I can run this whole thing myself with Pawn's help. You know, why dilute it and make it harder? And again, I ended up keeping my two favorite mods, which were Douglas and Pawn, because they still help out a lot, you know, off and on. But yeah, Elon, they're now changing the name of Twitter to X. And that name change, they're going to get rid of the bird logo and all that stuff. I'm still in AMC. I've been holding this for like a year, man. I'm still in AMC. Again, my average price is $6. I thought it was 440s. It's not. It's $6 is my average price. $6 flat. Basically, it's not $6 flat, but it's around $6 flat. Good morning. Do you know if there's a status page that the SEC has to let the public know if the Bitcoin spot ETFs are approved? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they're going to tell us immediately. And again, the question, if you think it's going to get approved, there might be an easy like dip buy right now. But again, I think there's also risks. If it doesn't go through, there could be big volatility there. That's a good question. Chat, do you guys think the Bitcoin ETF spot ETF will get approved or not? What do you guys think? Yeah, I've been in AMC for a year. I'm not going to sell it for that little bit of gain, man. All right, so AMC back up to almost 640s here. All right, so look at Tesla started dip at 255s right now, 255s. I'm going to put the SPY up. We can also watch the NASDAQ here as well. SPY dipping down to 452.80s, guys, 452.80s. All right, so now Twitter will be known as X. So somebody else is saying that teenagers are not wanting to get their driver's licenses anymore. Honestly, bro, I got my driver's license the day I turned 16. Literally the day. Back then it was the standard. I went to Whataburger driving school. And honestly, they showed some rough videos there. I remember the rough videos they showed about car wrecks and stuff. But I got my driver's, like, I learned to drive when I was 15. By the day I turned 16, I had my license. But I think it's different. Like, my wife didn't get hers immediately. I don't know if I want my daughter to have her license immediately either, but we'll probably start teaching her how to drive now. All right, so Jim Cramer, unlike Meta, there's no way Twitter will change its name. No, that's got to be a troll. Is the bird gone? Hard question here in the news that the ETFs got accepted makes it seem like an approval is near, but all you never know is what the SEC does. Yeah, for sure. I don't know if we're going to... I don't know, man. A Fibonacci video? No, not really. All right, so AMC back up to basically 640 right now, 640. You can kind of see it started this little run back here. It's a big week to this week too, guys. Remember, this is a huge week for stuff, man. We just got a lot of stuff happening. Just a lot of different stuff going on, man. AMC Doge. Hey, John, look at Microsoft, NVIDIA, Meta estimates for their earnings. I don't know how they will beat those earnings. Yeah, so we can take a look at here. Let's start with Microsoft. So here's Microsoft. Microsoft, to put it into perspective, guys, drops their earnings tomorrow. So tomorrow we got Microsoft, Google, and a bunch of other ones. I think we have like Snapchat as well. You can see Microsoft currently at 345s. 345s for Microsoft. If we look at their actual earnings expectational numbers here. Again, so today we got Domino's, we've got Applied Blockchain dropping theirs, we got like Royal Phillips, nothing too big, in all honesty, for earnings. After the close today, we got Cleveland Cliffs, NXPI Semiconductors, Cadence, AGNC, Whirlpool, Logitech, a couple other ones. And then tomorrow morning, we got Verizon, General Motors, General Electric, 3M, Spotify, Raytheon, and a bunch of other ones. But tomorrow evening is the big one, right? So tomorrow evening is when the big earnings drop, and that is specifically Microsoft, Google, and Snapchat all drop tomorrow evening. And again, we're going to stream Microsoft's earnings. Microsoft is expecting 254 EPS on $2.54 EPS on $55.44 billion. They're expecting 6.9% revenue growth. And again, what I like to do is when I look at these is let's look at their graph here to see what Microsoft has looked like over the last couple. All right, so again, here's Microsoft right now. AMC dipping down to 625 or so, 625. But again, let's look at the 1 year expectation for Microsoft. Here's Microsoft right here. All right, so here's Microsoft right here. They are expecting 245. So again, honestly, what this is telling us is that Microsoft is expecting a much more profitable quarter than last time. So again, this could justify if they hit this. I think that's great for them. Again, 245 quarterly EPS expectations. You can see that's going to be the highest one. Let's see a 2 year chart. So that's going to be the highest EPS reading since December of 2021, in September of 2021. But these are fall months though, so it'll be interesting to see if we actually hit that or not for Microsoft. Nvidia earnings are also super interesting as well. So you can see Nvidia here. Nvidia is just up so much. That's going to be a huge earnings release here. I don't think Nvidia drops their earnings until well into next month, though, if I'm not mistaken, right? I believe that's what it is. Here's Nvidia. Nvidia dropping theirs August 23rd, so in like a month from now is when Nvidia's is going to be, and that'll be interesting because their PE ratio is just so high. So that we're going to see if the money they bring in is justifiable. Another big one to watch in microchips to see whether these moves are justifiable is AMD. AMD drops theirs August 1st, so that's in exactly a week from now. For AMD, that's going to be next Tuesday. That's in a week and a day. So next Tuesday, August 1st. That's a big one. And again, it's going to be in the evening. We're going to stream AMD's earnings, of course, on August 1st. And again, that's just a big release. Microchips. AMD has the PE ratio that's incredibly high, super high up. They also dropped theirs with MicroStrategy, Pinterest, Starbucks, and a couple other ones here. And again, we're going to stream the entire thing live as we always do. We do this live every weekday morning for free right here. We don't sell a course, don't sell a service, don't claim to be experts. We just kind of stream all the big earnings reports. The FOMC meeting is this week as well. It's on Wednesday. We're going to stream that too. You'll be able to watch the entire thing live. And so again, if you haven't yet, hit the sub button, hit the notification bell. We certainly appreciate it. Amazon's dropping theirs until later on next week. So Amazon's scheduled for August 3rd. So August 3rd, let me make sure they're confirmed here because before this, they weren't. All right, we also have AMC. AMC drops their earnings. See, they're doing another. What I don't like about AMC, man, is that they started doing theirs in the morning for whatever reason. I don't know why, but they started doing theirs in the morning, and AMC's is going to be the same day as Amazon. So AMC earnings are going to be Thursday, August 3rd in the morning. And then in the evening that day, we got Amazon, Apple. Damn, man. Why they got to do these the same freaking day, bro? Why in the world would you do Amazon and Apple same day earnings, dude? That way people can't freaking watch them. It's stupid. Like, dude, spread these out, bro. Spread them out, man. Don't do them the same freaking day. We got Coinbase, Apple, Amazon, and SQ earnings all same day, same evening. Freaking dummies scheduling these here, man. Intel, yeah, Intel's is tomorrow. Wait, when's Intel? I can't remember. But all right, so AMC back up to 625 or so. Intel's is July 27th. So Intel's this week. It is Thursday, not tomorrow. It's Thursday. I'm still in AMC. I'm not taking profit yet. I'm just gonna wait. It might be Chris. I'm not sure. Chris said, I see a lot of above ask activity on AMC with a price of 710 to 750, but it doesn't show on the chart of those internal trades. Could be. Yeah, like, why would you do them same day? Like, just dumb. Apple and Amazon earnings all same day. Like, one of my big pet peeves is when they drop earnings all same day. Same thing with tomorrow. Tomorrow we got Google and Microsoft. So it just makes it a lot less exciting. Yeah. All right, so AMC back up to 635s here. Back up to 635s. All right, team. If you haven't already, guys, check out Top Step as well. Top Step is a funded account program for futures. So, like, you can kind of see, I've been day trading today a bunch of different times, to be honest, in a bunch of different accounts. But Top Step is a funded account program for futures. And so if you want to actively day trade, but you might not have the money to do it, like a lot of people go to penny stocks or they try to trade a cash account, the easiest way to day trade and what most pro traders do is they day trade futures, because in futures you can day trade the NASDAQ, which is what you see right here. You can day trade the S&P 500 and the E-mini. You can day trade currencies in gold and silver. And the patterns in the E-mini are the same as the SPY, and they're very similar to like Apple, Amazon, Disney, and they will move with earnings as well. And so you can basically trade the same patterns that you trade in stocks in futures, but there's no red tape, there's no PDT restrictions. You can day trade short. I look here. Here's the NASDAQ. I can buy market, sell market, buy, bid, sell the ask, whatever I want to do, just like stocks, but there's no PDT restrictions. And the most legit funded program in the world is Top Step. They just changed a lot of their rules. Now the consistency target is 50%, which means it used to be 30%. So now you can get funded in as little as 2 days on Top Step, which is just really nice, man. That makes them the most competitive, useful, and the most legit funded program in the world. Again, they pay out millions and fund thousands of traders a year on Top Step, and they pay out millions in actual withdrawals. Again, what they're going to do is they're going to give you a demo. It's on sale right now for $49 is the base one. So for that $49 price, they'll give you a 50K demo. If you can hit $3,000 in profit on that 50K demo without losing over $2,000 or without losing $2,000, so it's a 2 to 3 ratio, reasonable, they're going to fund you 50K with a 90% split, and you get to keep your first $10,000 in profit. And so if you make 20K, you get to keep your first 10K in profit, and you get to keep 9,000 because it's a 90-10 split on the rest. So you get to keep 19 out of your first 20,000 in profit. Just taking these builds you into a better trader, and they really are genuinely useful for learning how to day trade. If you're good enough, it's the best of both worlds, really. If you're good enough, you have limited risk. $49 is the base combine. If you lose, you're down $49. But if you pass it, you get a 90% profit split. And again, it just teaches you how to trade better. If you want to check out the link, I'm not sure how long this sale is going to last, but they are a sponsor of mine. Great way to help support the channel. There's the link. Check it out. Yeah, Chart Prime's nice. We're going to be releasing data today, but right now there's no data coming out at 8:30. The data coming out today is going to be on, so today's data is, we've got, there's a Chicago Fed national activity, not a big release, but at 9:45, we got manufacturing and services PMI. That's the big release today, is manufacturing and services PMI. Yes, we're going to cover it. Somebody's asking me if we passed the combine yet. We're going to pass it this week without question. And again, to understand, like me, I don't necessarily need to get funded. Like, it's something I'm doing kind of on the side, but my Thinkorswim account's got over 25K in it. My Moomoo account has got over 25K in it. So both of those accounts combined, I have close to $60,000 in it. And so getting funded, again, they're a sponsor of mine, and I think they're incredibly useful. And we will be funded this week, but so far we just haven't gotten funded yet because, frankly, we haven't needed to. But again, we're going to get funded this week without question. Not even arguable. We're going to get funded this week. Yes, services PMI is bigger. So yeah, services PMI expected to show up at 54 for services PMI. Manufacturing PMI expected at 46.4. If you don't know what PMI is, it's the Purchasing Managers Index. It incorporates different survey results provided by manufacturing firms throughout the country. Above 50 means the manufacturing sector is expanding. Below 50 means it's contracting. And so it's manufacturing strength or weakness. And again, for manufacturing, they're expecting a slight contracting market at 46.4, which is again below 50. For services PMI, it's kind of the same thing, but in services, above 50 denotes no change since the previous month. A level above 50 indicates improvement. Below 50 indicates deterioration. So improvement over 50, they're expecting 54. So they're expecting slight improvement in services. And again, that data drops at 9:45 market time, 9:45. We will cover and stream it live. Yeah, we'll pass it this week without question. FOMO watch. I mean, we're very close. We've got a couple different ones, but we're gonna pass it this week without question. So again, we'll see if PMI data comes in good or not. I'm ready for it. All right, so AMC testing that $6 level again. You can kind of see we ripped all the way up to the 200 EMA. And people always ask why I'll watch the 200 EMA. The 200 EMA is like a milestone level. It's something that you should be paying attention to. I watch this in the volume weighted average price for my two on chart indicators. And again, people ask me why I watch these two all the time. With moving averages, it's all relative to the time frame you're trading. So if you're trading really short term time frames, you're going to want shorter term moving averages a lot of the time. At least that's the like common logic behind it. I'm a little bit different. I want milestone levels, so like the short-term moving averages never were favorable to me, or never worked well for me because it's too short-term. It looks like the line is just basically following the chart. So it doesn't really do anything. When I look at moving averages, I want milestone levels that everybody's paying attention to. And with so many different variations of moving averages with like the 9, the 12, the 20, all that stuff, it's just hard to find a good one. So I always go with the 200 because I think the most people are watching the 200 EMA. It's kind of got consolidated interest. And so with that, you can kind of see as we start to pop up here, again, you can kind of see as we start to pop up what rejects. The 200 EMA rejects right here. And then we dip all the way right back down. And so just useful, in my opinion, to pay attention to. So if you never considered looking at the 200 EMA, again, I can't guarantee you're going to make money, anything like that, but useful nonetheless. Yeah, you might be talking about the Case-Shiller. No, that's not today. So yeah, we got manufacturing and services. House price index is tomorrow. CB consumer confidence is tomorrow. Tomorrow the big name is earnings though. Like earnings are the big ones tomorrow. But yeah, this is just flash data for sure. Yeah, KOSS is historically moved with AMC. It's a headphone brand. It's squeezing up with AMC because typically what happens is traders relate them in sympathy. So like AMC runs up, people see that, and they end up front loading into or they end up sympathy trading costs in expectation of a run up on sympathy. But yeah, look at KOSS. With that said, look at KOSS. It is popping up big. Here it is right here. KOSS just broke pre-market high, starting to run. Yeah, thank you, David. A combine is the funded account program, Fred, for Top Step. They give you a demo, they test your skill. If you could pass it, they fund you. If not, you're going to lose less than you would putting up the money yourself trying to day trade. Usually, at least. Yeah, Bitcoin really weak today, man. I haven't been able to find the big news though, man. Some people said it was something with Schiff and MicroStrategy CEO Saylor, but I haven't really been able to find much like catalyst in crypto, to be honest here. So the husband and wife crypto couple who did the Bitcoin $4.5 billion heist reached a plea deal. Would you buy Ape and sell your AMC? No. I'm just going to sit on my AMC shares. My average price is $6.06 for AMC. So we're slightly down on it, but we're doing it much better than we were, same time last week on AMC. Looking at our poll numbers here, we asked people if AMC was going to hit $10 today. 51% think yes, 49% think no, and that's out of 700 votes. Again, vote on that poll. Let me know what you guys think. Macy's? See, I'm worried about Macy's. I don't think Macy's is really going to do much. Macy's is a failing business because people just don't need it anymore. You don't need Macy's. You know, you buy stuff on Amazon, you get it shipped. So like having big retailer stores is usually a recipe for success with modern retail. Wait, Rob Smith passed away? Is he feeling okay? Anybody know? He ran the Strat. I kind of kept track of him. He's the dude that had all the screens. Or maybe he didn't. Maybe he's still okay. Okay, maybe he's still okay, but... Oh, he passed yesterday? Oh, man. Message him. Let me message Mitch. All right, guys. So cost pulling back a little bit. We're still watching Tesla and the SPY. There's Tesla at 256s. Yeah, so rate hike decision this Wednesday going to be big. I read on Twitter. Oh, man, that's sad, dude. Again, AMC right at $6 even here, guys. Right at $6 even. We've been watching it pretty closely. Fed coin went live. Yeah, that might be why Bitcoin's dropping. Is Fed now did debut last week. So it did debut last week. That actually is plausible. I forgot about that. Yeah, the Fed now thing is probably hurting Bitcoin some now. Yeah, I think changing the name out of Twitter is a bad move, to be honest. I think changing the name to something else besides Twitter is bad. It's too soon. Because what's going to happen is like a lot of people use Twitter for nostalgia because they've been using it for years, and it's Twitter and they've been using it for years. So I think a large percentage of the users on Twitter are old users that have been using it for years and years and years. I think changing the name to something much different than something like kind of like cute and friendly like Twitter to X is going to drive some people away from it. In all honesty, I think it's going to drive people away. It's going to make them feel like it's different. And maybe it's a good move. Again, I don't know. I've disagreed with some of Elon's moves in the past, and then he has proven me wrong. So maybe it's the right move. Again, I don't know. What do you guys think? Is the switch to X a good move or no? AMC still consolidating here. Tesla down at 256 here, guys. 256 for Tesla. Yeah, I think it's a bad move to change it. And the logo, too. I think the logo, yeah, I just don't think it's a good move. All right, so Apple asked suppliers to ship about 85 million new phones in 2023. They aim to keep the iPhone shipments about level with last year. If we take a look at Apple here on the right side, AMC breaking under $6 a share here, so they are breaking under $6. Oh man, so yeah, so Robin Black passed yesterday, I think, right? Yeah, rest in peace. Sad, man. Yeah, so he did pass. Rest in peace to Robin Black, man. His name was Rob Smith. Rob Smith is his name. Rest in peace. Do you think AMC would need to close the gap first before doing the massive swing high? I don't think it matters either way, whether it closes the gap or not. That's not going to influence the squeeze. Yeah. Twitter's a good name. I think it's great. I think Elon's problem. And again, always remember, like, Elon has Asperger's, so he sometimes, like, I think sometimes he's gonna forget, like, the social component of things, right? But I'm gonna preface everything else I'm about to say with Elon is obviously a much smarter guy than me. He's obviously much smarter than I am, and I have disagreed with some of his moves in the past. And so, I think regardless of what I think here, he might be right anyway. But I think, like, Twitter is a good name. It's generational. Like, people know Twitter. It's nostalgic. I think that is something that people know, recognize, and understand. And I think that you got a lot of users that use it now for that nostalgia. They've been using it for years and years. That's what they know. That's what they remember. And so I think he's changing the name too quickly. The question is this a desperate move by him? Is he seeing some bad numbers on his site? That a lot of people are saying the net worth or the value of Twitter has dropped huge percentages, like 50% or something, since he took it over. Hopefully that's not making him make a desperate move. Hopefully that's not hope he's not making a brash decision by doing this name change too quickly here. And again, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys think it'll be a good or bad move. I'm not sure. Yeah, they also dropped Bitcoin for payments and kept Dogecoin. So Doge is ripping up, but Bitcoin's dropping. The other thing about Bitcoin is, like, the FedNow finally finalized the debut of FedNow payments, and so that made Bitcoin drop as well, as another reason. But yeah, you can see AMC still sitting right around $6, right around $6. Tesla plans to build 24,000 price EV, a new plant. Yeah, for sure. I think there's going to be a lot of economic growth there too. All right, guys. Services PMI here, team. Services PMI. Remember. 9:45. All right, guys. So again, we do have manufacturing and services PMI at 9:45 today. So yeah. $9.45 services and manufacturing PMI data. All right, guys. So all right, ABLE. All right, services PMI data. All right, guys. So there we go. We got manufacturing services PMI dropping at 9:45 here, team. 9:45. You probably have a higher social intelligence than Elon. I mean, I'm sure I do. No offense to Elon. Socially, again, people with Asperger's, and I have people with Asperger's in my family. Asperger's typically they have a higher than normal IQ, but worse social skills. Which is a fair trade-off, I guess. I think AMC price is going to jump up when market opens. Maybe we're going to cover it. The news is in an hour and 2 minutes, Sam. Yeah, so it's at 9:45 Eastern Standard Time. Right now it's 8:45 Eastern Standard Time, so it's in an hour. And again, I'm also going to throw it in sub-only mode. So if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Everybody announce yourself. If you're subscribed, show yourself, announce yourself. We appreciate the love, guys. Thank you so much. Again, Apple consolidating here. We are looking at Tesla, the SPY here. See if we get some good action too. AMC pushing back up to test $6 a share. Let's see if it actually holds these numbers. Hey, what's up, DS? Sam. Sports guy. Gamma squeeze for AMC. We'll see. What's up, Jordan? Eastern Standard Time. I'm in Central Time, so we're an hour early my time. All right, AMC consolidating right at $6, right at $6. And again, guys, if you haven't checked out Moomoo, you're missing out. Honestly, you get free stocks. This is Moomoo right now. I switched from Toss to Moomoo, and Moomoo is a sponsor of mine, but for good reason. Like if you look at Moomoo here, they give you free unusual option activity. So if you're an option trader, you get free unusual activity. I can go to this market section here and get crypto market, see what's going on in crypto. Dogecoin, guys, up 6% today. Volume, all that good stuff. I can look at all of the different stuff. I can look at bonds, ETFs, Forex, warrants. I can look up all this different data and options. I can go to their paperfolio section and follow different traders here, and you can kind of see different portfolios. Like, look at this guy. This guy today, or this guy on the month, is up 23% holding these stocks. And so you can see their portfolio. You can follow different traders and then copy them if you want to. So you can see their different portfolios. It's called their paperfolio section. An underappreciated aspect of Moomoo, just really, really, really useful. I can go to their news section here and see all the big headlines in my watch list. I can go to an economic calendar and see different earnings, different economic releases, like Domino earnings came out today, all that good stuff. If I go to Explore, I can look at futures analysis, dividend announcements, broker rankings, shareholder changes, what institutions are holding, screeners. I can build a really nice screener specified by PE ratio, highs, lows, volume percentage, float, all that good stuff, different exchanges. I can go to hot strategies and see what's moving in these different markets as well. Bullish sustained wedge, bullish triangle, double top, triple top. I can go to Market Hotspot, see a heat map for free, all that good stuff, best performing sectors, see what's moving in pre-market, all that good stuff. And again, it's free. It doesn't cost anything. But if you do deposit into Moomoo, it's zero commission stock trades. Open the entire session of pre-market, which is why I switched from Toss to Moomoo. And if you open up an account, deposit $100, you get 5 free stocks. If you open up an account, deposit at least $1,000, you get 15 free stocks. And I got Palantir and a bunch of other ones. If you open up an account and deposit more than that, if you deposit over $5K, you get 15 previous stocks plus a free share of Google or Tesla. So really useful. If you want to check it out, you can see it pinned to the top of the chat. You can also see it right here in the description or in the chat right now if you want to see it. Yeah, Doge is up because of the they're no longer accepting yeah, I mean, sports guy, listen, if you're just gonna wait for me to plug something and then critique the sponsor, you know, you're gonna get put in timeout, man. Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of people that just kind of sit right around. Moomoo is very legit. It's one of the most legit. It's regulated in the U.S. And again, I'm not. Again, I put basically $25,000 to $30,000 of my own money in it. It's obviously legit. Honestly, and the tools they give you are incredibly useful. Yeah, Webull is Chinese owned. Like, that doesn't mean anything, honestly. Acting like there are risks. Like, honestly, it's insured by the FDIC. Like, you know. Webull is not sketch at all, dude. And maybe, yeah, I mean, I guess the AMC thing, I understand people not liking it like that, but yeah, this is the desktop app that I'm showing you, but their mobile app is actually better. So their mobile app is actually better. Yeah, so is TikTok, exactly. You know. And so if it was a reasonable complaint, it would be one thing. But like if it's not really a reasonable complaint, and then it's just kind of like people are sitting around waiting for me to plug sponsors, which I don't plug very much. I've done 3 plugs today so far. Right, 3 times have I done a plug today, and we have been streaming for 2.5 hours. Right, so that's a little bit under a plug an hour. All right, so we're very reasonable. And again, all the plugs are legit and useful for traders, and we appreciate the love, guys. But don't sit around waiting to critique my sponsors. The easiest way to get banned in here. All right, team. All right, guys, we got less than an hour before we got manufacturing and services PMI data coming out today. Let's see if it's good or not. Again, I'm waiting to see. Yeah, be careful, guys. So yesterday when I was on yesterday when I was on yesterday when I was on Mumu, or not Mumu, yesterday when I was on YouTube, I did notice that one of the Tesla live stream scams was going around. So be careful anytime, guys. Anytime you see anytime you see Tesla live streaming, okay, anytime you see Tesla live streaming, you need to be very, very careful. All right, because sometimes it's not the real Tesla and it's a fake Tesla that they're sending bot viewers to in a live stream. And they'll act like they're doing some big announcement, some crazy big announcement that you got to pay attention to. A lot of the time, they're splicing together old interviews from Elon and they're making it look recent, right? And then they'll say, hey, if you send me a Bitcoin, we'll send you 2 back. And they'll scam you and you'll never see that crypto again. And they make it look very legitimate. They'll send it thousands of bot viewers. They'll send it thousands of fake subscribers and they'll make it look very legit. Okay. So if you ever see a YouTube video stream from Tesla, it's probably not the real one. I always report it to YouTube if it is. Just be careful. All right. That stuff goes around a lot. It's been happening for years. Yeah, again, we're not gonna go around critiquing the sponsors, guys. A bunch of platforms that we use regularly is located overseas. And so again, y'all aren't banned. I'm gonna put y'all on timeout because I've already requested, not doing that. Yeah, so always look for a check mark. Sometimes a check mark doesn't actually mean it either, but that's a pretty good safe way to do it is to look at the check mark to see if they have it or not. All right, team. Let me see if I can log into. All right, so AMC still consolidating under here. Tesla at 255s. What's the biggest economic news for this week? Well, the FOMC meeting. So the FOMC meeting is on Wednesday. It's the rate hike decision. That's the biggest news this week for sure. But we also have there's a lot of big stuff going on. So we also have Microsoft, Google, and Snapchat earnings tomorrow. That's another really big one this week is Microsoft, Google, and Snapchat earnings. We also have the rate hike decision on Wednesday, and then Meta earnings on Wednesday as well. So Wednesday is going to be our busiest day by far, where we're going to have economic data in the morning, I think, followed by. So again, Wednesday morning, we're gonna have new home sales and building permit data in the morning, followed by the FOMC statement in the middle of the day, followed by Meta earnings in the evening. And so it's just gonna be a really busy day, to be honest here. Just a busy day, to be honest. All right, Tesla's still dipping down here, still dipping down a little bit. All right, guys. So again, we're kind of checking everything else. Tesla's still at 257s. I think. Yeah, sports poker guy. I appreciate you commenting, man. But again, it's one thing to comment, and that's fine. A very universal rule I have is like number one, I have vetted my sponsors. I know their sponsors. I know what they are. I know where I'm putting my money. I know that they're legit. I know that they're FDIC insured. Critiquing a sponsor of mine right after I do a plug for them is always going to get you banned. It's always going to get you put in timeout. Again, these sponsors are not new. And so, again, that's a very obvious and I think reasonable rule to have here, because again, we got a lot of people that just sit around waiting for me to plug stuff and then complain about it, because a lot of people don't want me making money is really what it is, because again, they're kind of rooting for me to fail out of their own insecurities, and I don't think that's you necessarily, but again, which is why I put you in timeout and I didn't ban you, and I appreciate you commenting on the channel, I really do, but that's something that like not going to be acceptable here, and it's something that's going to continue to get people banned. If you know, and whether you guys want to do it's up to you guys. But yeah, just very friendly rule. I'm not saying that's you, sports guy. I'm not saying that's you. What I'm saying is that because other people are like that, I have to set those rules. You know. Yeah, sometimes people just got to go take a break in the corner, and I appreciate the donation. Yeah, definitely top 3 timeouter of all time. Definitely top 3 for sure. Yeah, we do have PCE. I have 3 different sponsors in mind. Yeah, I already very politely asked to stop it, and so if y'all continue with it, I mean, you're just gonna get banned. Top 3 banners in the world right now for sure. All right, AMC up to $6 a share here, guys. $6 a share. Nah, sports guy's usually cool. He's not a big hater. I don't think he is. All right, guys. Tesla up there. Sorry, I'm kind of working on something. I gotta wire myself something. All right, guys. Wait. All right, so Tesla guys at 256. So Tesla breaking back over the 200 EMA, which is generally a milestone level, a kind of a relevant milestone spot. Let me see if I can zoom out here. Does it let me zoom out? Oh, it does. Good. All right, that should work. All right. Tesla trying to hold. Let's look at the SPY here. So there's AMT. You can also see Carvana making some moves. Sorry if I'm a little quiet. We're kind of doing other work. Carvana still sitting at 45s. Apple at 192s, but it is gapping up today at least. All right, so there's 8 a.m. We're going to get ready to trade some futures today, too. So I'm going to put AMC up in the middle here. Definitely going to be watching AMC. And then we're also going to be putting Tesla up. There's Carvana up to 45. So we'll put AMC and then Carvana up on the bottom. There's AMC, though, at 590s. Let's zoom in a little bit, see if we get a little bit closer view. And then we're going to be trading some futures today. Let me set this up right. Again, the goal is to build up a cushion on the account today. All right. Again, the goal is to build up a cushion. All right. And so again, here's the NASDAQ moving up a little bit too. Again, we will be getting funded this week as well, guys. Without question, we're getting funded this week. They have, you get a, yeah, hey man, does Moomoo have instant deposits? Adam said, they do. You get up to $1,000 instantly if you deposit. You can't use it in options, and that's pretty similar with the other, other people doing the same thing. But yeah, they do. But you get $1,000 instantly, and then you got to wait for the rest to hit. Honestly, I'm really proud of my trading, dude. My trading has, like, my graph has basically been pretty consistent. Like, here's my trading graph on Moomoo. You can kind of see my graph doing nicely here. Look, check it out. So here's my P&L graph pulled directly from the Moomoo platform. You can kind of see it's going like this. Swing trading mostly. All right, but the goal is to build up a cushion today, guys. And again, you can check out all the links in the chat, pinned at the top of the page. We're going to be day trading in futures. But yeah, sports guy, it's cool. Again, I don't think you necessarily were doing so intentionally. Yeah, for sure, trading 101. Cool, I'm excited to try it. Try what? You're going to Moomoo, I'm guessing? I do have a Discord community, man. We got like 7,000 Discord members. Top 3 most consistent, definitely top 3. Again, look at Carvana rip. I mean, not really rip. Maybe not rip. Maybe rip's not the best term. All right, NASDAQ's pretty flat here, so I'm not going to take any trades yet. We built up a cushion in a couple of these accounts, and again, we are going to get funded today. So yeah, we built up a cushion in a couple of these. All right, so here's the cushions we've built in a couple of these accounts so far. Here's cushion 1. We are up about 434. Here's cushion 2. We are up about 600. And yeah, we have another one where we're down about 150 or so. 150 or so. So not doing too shabby here. We'll see if we build it up, but read right above you, Marty. Yeah, my mother-in-law messaged me asking all right, so we're bouncing up a little bit here, guys. We got time. Do you think Tesla will go into the high 200s? Isn't it in the high 200s already? I mean, you mean higher than that, close to 300? I'm not sure. It's at 250 right now. Oh, we got a couple. We got a couple different ones. And again, if you want to try to get funded with me, Top Step, the time to try Top Step is right now, to be honest, because again, no PDT in futures. Again, I went through the whole waves of new traders where they try to day trade and then they don't have enough money for it. So they try to use a cash account and then they're restricted. So they try to day trade penny stocks and they lose. The futures market's where most pro day traders trade. There's more liquidity in futures than there are in stocks a lot of the time. And in futures, you can day trade the S&P, you can day trade the NASDAQ, you can day trade currencies, you can day trade gold. The patterns in like something like the SPY or the S&P in futures is very similar to the patterns in Apple or Amazon and stuff like that. And so they do move with earnings as well because they're such heavily weighted in the S&P 500 anyway. And so you can trade similar patterns in futures without the red tape, without the PDT rule. And Top Step's the most legit one. They've been around for over a decade. They pay out millions, fund thousands a year, and they're on sale for $49 for the base combine. And they raise the profit or the consistency target to 50%, which is going to make it much easier to get funded. And so I think Top Step right now is the easiest to get funded, the cheapest, and the most legit, where you're going to have the easiest time taking withdrawals from them. And again, what they do is they give you a demo. They test your skill. The base one's $50K demo. It costs $49 right now. If you can hit $3K in profit without losing over $2K, they fund you $50K with a 90% split, and you get to keep your first $10K in profit. What, Kenny? Why can't we be gang? John, you get along with your mom-in-law. What about your wife? What? What a weird question, man. Of course I get along with my wife, dude. Honestly, I've been married to Carol for 10 years. 10 years, man. Like, trust me, people have speculated. I think sometimes people have like little fantasies in their head about Carol and I struggling or whatever it is, right? I think that's what that's just confirmation bias. But like Carol and I, man, we've been together for 10 years. We're super, like, I love Carol. I've been with her for like 13 years, to be honest. But yeah, dude, her and I are fine. I live a beautiful life, man. I love my life. I really do. With that said, though, speaking of love and life, we're up on Walgreens. We bought Walgreens as a swing trade a couple weeks ago. We've just been riding it up. It's almost up to 31s. Our average price is $29.21 is our average for Walgreens. $29. We're up to 31, and that's a small moving stock to a small range stock. So you love to see it. You can see the NASDAQ pretty choppy and sideways. We still got about 18 minutes heading into the opening bell. Oh, I meant, does your wife get along with my mom? Yeah, they get along fine. I mean, we don't see my mom as much. Carol's parents are much more involved, I guess is the better word. I see my parents maybe a couple times a year. I see my mom much more. My mom lives right down the street, but I still don't really see her that often. She's busy and does her own thing. She could always come over, but like, I'm old now. I'm over 30, so I see him when I can. But I see my mom a decent amount. I see my dad like once a year, maybe once or twice a year, But like they get along fine, I recall the NASDAQ is due to an unusual balancing today. Do you know when and what might happen? I don't understand it. Well, with the rebalancing just means they're going to adjust the weight of different stocks that are weighted in the S&P and the NASDAQ, or weighted in the NASDAQ, right? So they're just going to adjust the weight of stuff like that. They're just going to adjust the weight. So I'm not sure how much or what they're adjusting it or when that's going to take place, but I think it's going to take place. I think it might have already taken place, to be honest, on the NASDAQ. Yeah, so chat might be able to answer this. When is the NASDAQ rebalancing, or has it already happened, I guess is the question. There's AMC dipping all the way down to 580s right now for AMC 580s. Carvana is starting to pop back up a little bit, but S&P, yeah, we'll see. Mixtape coming soon. This is probably a dumb question, but could someone answer this? If I were to buy 10 of the same, are you talking about option contracts or what, for AMC, and sold those today, would that exceed the PDT rule or doesn't count as one? Well, honestly, Michael, look, I'm going to be honest with you, man. That is a very confusing question because it doesn't make sense. It's nonsensical. Contracts refers to either options or futures. AMC is a stock, so you're not going to be able to trade futures contracts of AMC. Number one. If you're referencing options, if you hold it overnight, it's not a day trade. All right. So if you hold it overnight, it's not a day trade. All right. That's the first thing you want to understand. If you hold it overnight, it's not a day trade in options. It's a swing trade. 10 contracts. The PDT rule states that you can't buy and sell the same security in the same day more than 5 times a week, right? So, or more than 3 times per rolling 5-day period is actually the rule, right? So in every week, you can only day trade 3 times is basically the PDT rule restriction. It's one of the reasons futures are great, because you can trade futures an unlimited amount relative to stocks. But with stocks specifically, a day trade is buying and selling the security the same day. And so whether you're buying it at 4 a.m. in pre-market and selling it at 8 p.m. the next day, or the same day, whether you're buying it at 5 a.m. and selling it at 3 p.m., that's a day trade. If you're buying it at 9 a.m. and you're selling it at 7:30 p.m., it's a day trade. If you buy it today and sell it tomorrow, even if you buy it in after hours today and sell it tomorrow in pre-market, it is not a day trade, at least, in most platforms. NVIDIA over VWAP. Yeah, the NASDAQ's flying up right now. So it could be from NVIDIA breaking back over the VWAP. NVIDIA gapping up today with the rest of the market. Tesla back up to almost 257s right now as well. Yeah, no worries. Options count as day trades, I think, right? But I think if you trade a cash account on options, you got to follow the T1 rule. So you could basically day trade more than that in options if you have a cash account, I think is the rule, right? But I might be wrong there, and I'm not the most options experienced. But I'm pretty sure options, if you have a margin account, they act the same way as shares. But I'm not 100%. If it's a margin account, options count. If it's a cash account with options, then it's a little bit more flexible. All right, but look at the NASDAQ pump here. AMC popping back up to 591s right now as well. So AMC moving back up. All right, AMC trying to make another test of $6 here. The NASDAQ ripping up here. You're right there. Yeah, I think that's right. I'm not 100% sure. I think like anything you have to understand. So if the pattern day trading rule, if the PDT rule applies, all right, it has to do with the margin account specifically. So it doesn't have to do with the cash account. A cash account has no PDT restrictions. But you also have something called the T1 or the T2 rule, which means you have to wait 1 day after the transaction date. And so it's like if I spend $1,000 in equity buying a $1,000 option contract, I have to wait 2 days according to the T2 rule, which stands for transaction plus days, to get that $1,000 credited to back into my account after I sell. I think they might have changed it to the T1 rule, but it still basically restricts you from actively day trading. So there's that to understand about it. But again, the PDT rule specifically applies to a margin account, right? And you might say, oh, well, why not just use a cash account? Because a cash account, you can't short. You're severely restricted. And if you want to day trade, you have to be able to short. So if you're day trading, you got to short. You don't have to, but like you're going to be severely restricted if you don't short. You got to be able to take both directions. If not, your bias is always going to be super pushed to the upside on the long side because you can only trade long, and so you're only going to see long patterns. It's going to mess up your system. That's why the futures market makes sense. But yeah, most brokers, you have to have margin to trade options anyway. So yeah, well, you're still going to have the PDT rule. Google's flying up. Yeah, so Google drops their earnings tomorrow as well, guys. So Google up to 121s. Honestly, my eye doctor, so the last time I went to my eye doctor, she was like, oh, she asked me what I do, which is always kind of like an interesting thing where I have to answer. I'm like, yeah, sometimes I'll just tell them software. And other times I'll say, hey, I run a marketing business, which is not necessarily untrue. But she asked me in more detail, and I told her, I was like, yeah, I run this YouTube channel. And so she was really into stocks. And so we started talking. She said she had bought a lot of Google. And this was when Google was at like $93, $94. And everybody was kind of bearish on it at the time. And the first thing I told her was like, Google's going to be fine. Like, it's super cheap right now. You're going to be fine. And I think she was nervous at the time. And now in hindsight, I was right. Google up to 120s right now, 121s. And this was like 4 months ago, maybe. So yeah, UPS strike. All right, so AMC still at 580s here. We got a little pullback on the NASDAQ. I'm going to buy one contract at the NASDAQ right here. All right, so we got one contract at the NASDAQ. Yeah, I figured they did. Options do count as day trades. What a drop really quickly, man. What a terrible candle. That's probably the worst. That's the biggest candle we've had over the last like 30 minutes, and it happened 5 seconds after I buy there. Oh, it hurts. It hurts. It's okay. I got to be able to make fun of myself sometimes. What luck I have there, man. The biggest red candle of the day happens immediately after I go long. Hey, it's all good. All right, guys. Hey, we got 9 minutes here. 9 minutes. I'll probably just wait until the open. My day trades today haven't looked great, honestly. The problem with multiple monitors is you run out of freaking room, man. All right, I'm going to go ahead and buy again, and this might be risky. Again, the job is to build up a cushion today, so that's what we're working on right now. Glad I'm not the only one. Oh, it happens to everybody sometimes. Yeah. It happens to everybody occasionally. Anybody that claims it doesn't or wants to critique that trade is just going to... Usually, again, the one thing, a common theme in trading is that the people who are the most critical of others, the people who are the most definitive with their answers usually know the least, And again, we got a cushion built up in a couple other accounts. This is just a different account. So we're up like 600 in one and 500 in the other. But man, I am the king of saying one thing and doing another. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to wait for the opening bell. 30 seconds later, I take a trade. I am going to cut this before the open, though. But I figure this little dip doesn't look bad. Yeah, I'm for unions, too. I mean, unions protect workers, so I'm for them. I also understand why businesses don't like them, though. You know what I mean? Like, I do understand why businesses don't like them, but... Yeah, I might cut this. I just don't know if this was the right time to trade the NASDAQ, in all honesty. I'm going to pivot to the regular E-mini. I just typically have a lot better success trading the regular, and I don't want to let my losses pile up too heavily trading the NASDAQ. Again, I'm going to tell you this, though. We are going to get funded this week, like without question. My guess is we'll be funded tomorrow, but we are going to get funded this week without question. All right, 6 minutes, guys. Really about 5 minutes. All right, AMC mostly consolidating between 6 and 575. NASDAQ dipping down more, so it looks like it was the right move. Yeah, it looks like that was the right move to cut it. All right, guys, 4 minutes, 4 minutes. we got this nice little trend here. The problem is that the opening bell is about to happen, but like you can kind of see the trend here. And we are at the very bottom of the range. So I would buy this up, but I think I'm just going to wait for the opening bell. Like my plan for today is, again, we're going to get funded this week. My plan for today is to identify trends and then attack the trends, right? I don't want to trade reversals. I'm not trying to buy the top, or I'm not trying to short the top and cover at the bottom. I'm trying to ride trends up. That's the goal today in day trading, and we'll see if we hit it or not. We're watching AMC as well. Again, we are in AMC. We've been holding that for like a year straight, and we're still in it. We haven't sold yet. Yeah, in that regard, I understand why why employers don't like unions for sure. Because I think sometimes you just got people that aren't actually working. Like I've had a couple people I've hired that like do the bare minimum and then they get mad when I don't want them to work with me anymore. And I could only imagine that situation is exacerbated whenever they have to stay on. I'm sure resentments fly. You know, it's one of the reasons I'm never going to hire actual employees for that reason alone. You know, contractors. Yeah, I'm still in Disney. I've been in Disney for a while, but my Disney trade's a little bit different than most people expect. I am in Disney still. My average price is $85.88 right now on Disney. I can show you guys that if you guys want to see it, but my average price is $88 or $85.88. You can kind of see that here with this trade. You see $85.88 is my average price. And we have been in this for a while now. But again, what I did with Disney is a little bit different than a lot of people probably thought. So what I did with Disney is this. Last time Disney popped up to 91 or 92s, let me see when that was. So Disney hit 91.70s back on the 13th of this month. I took profit there. And then when it dipped down to 85.30s, added more size. And so that's how I got that 85.88 entry. And then we've since scaled out of some and we're still holding some on Disney. But that's how we got that entry, is we bought it in the 80s, sold it at around 91 plus, and then added size back when it dipped to 85.30s the following week. And now we have a really great average under $86, and we're at 87.50s now. We'll probably take a little bit more off today, to be honest. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and lock in 10 shares, speaking of that, just because I can. I'm going to wait until the opening bell, actually, and then take that off. Just remind me if I forget, team. But yeah, this trend's following really nicely. Again, AMC back up to 85.85s. I'm wondering if Disney could run at 90 in a few months. Yeah, it could for sure. I mean, will it is a different story, but it certainly could. Yeah, I'm just going to go with the trend. It's just easier. All right, guys, opening bell, less than 40 seconds. Less than 40 seconds. Again, hit the live button next to the play button to make sure you're fully caught up on stream. And remember, at 9:45, we got S&P and services, S&P manufacturing and services PMI data coming out too. All right, AMC still up there. Here's the opening bell, guys, right now. So we still have this trend on the S&P, and I'm watching this trend very closely. But there's the opening bell. Again, I'm going to go ahead and take that half off on AMC. Or not AMC, I'm sorry, on Disney. I'm in AMC. I'm going to hold that. Oh, yeah, I forgot TOS doesn't fill orders for the first minute. So I'm going to wait for this first minute to pass. And then we're going to cover our Disney trade. Man, look at the SPY rip here, guys. So the S&P ripping up big here. Look at this big bounce on the S&P. AMC still at 580s. Let's watch it closely here, guys. Here's AMC right here on the top right. Carvana still surging up. Make AMC chart a little bit larger, but there's AMC. Man, what a rip. All right, so I got to wait for the minute to pass. All right, there's the first minute. I'm trying to take... Man, toss really does make you sit with a market order. All right, we're finally filled, man. It finally, like, phantom filled our order. But look at the S&P rip up here, guys. Big rip. AMC dumping down to 550s right now. Dumping down to 550s. Wow. Sheesh. Disney's doing all right. What a run here, team. Wow. What a rip. All right, so Tesla dipping down, but man, just huge green action. It's hard for me to buy this. It's too up there, to be honest. All right, so we got a huge rip. I need a dip first. NASDAQ pulling back a little bit more than the S&P does. And the goal is to build up a cushion first here, guys. We'll see if we do with the NASDAQ. All right, so we just made about 130 back on that account, on this current account that we lost on. So we're about flat on this trade now. Again, we'll see if the NASDAQ continues to rip up towards these highs. Very volatile. Huge rip up. AMC halted, I believe, at 550. So when was it halted for AMC? So AMC got halted, guys. It's at 520s, actually. I'm sorry. So AMC halted at 520s. Or maybe it's not halted. Let me see. Is AMC halted or not? The level 2 still shows. But I think it's halted. It's not moving. All right, so again, AMC halted now, guys. It's not going to resume until about 38:39 market time here. 38:39 market time is when it should resume. Huge gain on the NASDAQ. All right, so we just made it out. We just cut it on our trade. So you can kind of see on this account, we are now up about 130 or 140. So we got a nice little cushion here. Look, here's the E-mini rip up over highs here, guys. So the E-mini is flying up over highs. AMC halted, guys, halted. It should resume at 37 market time, 37 in about 3 minutes. Guys, look at the E-mini fly up, breaking out of this trend here, man. Wow. We made a little bit of money trading the NASDAQ. Tesla's still trying. Carvana's still trying. But, man, we are halted, team, for AMC. We are halted at the 530s. This is not a great sign. People are asking if this is a good thing. It's not. So a stock getting halted on the downside is bad. It's not good. Okay, a stock getting halted on the downside is not good. All right, we got 10 minutes before services PMI data as well. We'll see if this helps or hurts the market. But the market's flying up right now in the E-mini. NASDAQ's trying, not flying up as much as the E-mini, but still trying. But yeah, this dip is not good for AMC. This to put it into perspective, when stocks get halted, if it gets halted on the upside, it's typically a great sign. Like a stock moving up and then getting halted is typically a great sign. The stock moving down and getting halted is not a good sign at all. Let me look up the halt code right now for this. Current trading halts. Again, you can kind of see AMC up here. It's a volatility halt, I believe, right? So it's code M, which I believe is a volatility halt. So yeah, this is a this is a volatility trading pause. Trading has been paused in an exchange listed stock for volatility. That's what this is. For AMC, again, it should resume in the next minute. 1 minute, guys, until resumption, as long as it's a 5-minute halt, which is typical. Yeah. Usually the logic is actually the other side. So usually like a stock gets halted on the downside. It's usually a bad thing. If it gets halted on the upside, a lot of the time it'll gap up. If it's on the downside, a lot of the time it'll gap down. But it's not always. Halts are something where they're not the most predictable things in the world, in all honesty. All right, NASDAQ continuing to dip here. The S&P continuing to dip down as well. Now we have a nice cushion in everything basically today. We got a nice cushion in everything. So far we've got 3 different account cushions. And yeah, we'll see if we keep it up. There's the NASDAQ dipping down though. So I'm going to wait here. The NASDAQ's falling down pretty quickly. Despite all this stuff, the NASDAQ does usually move a little bit faster. I don't mind this dip though, to be honest. I'm thinking about buying it. All right, I'm gonna buy 1 contract of the micro. See if we can get another little cushion here, build up some more cushion on the day. Up a little bit, retracing some. At least we have some room in this trade now. So if we retrace back to the top of the range, we'll be okay. We're up small. Here we go, up 50. I'm gonna go and lock that in. All right, so we're up about $200 on the day. We got a nice little cushion of about 200 bucks. NASDAQ's consolidating though. All right, look at Carvana, guys. So AMC has resumed. It's at 520s. It dipped all the way down though to $5 a share. It's back up to 530, so it's rebounding back up a little bit, but it did resume much lower at $5 a share from the halt. It's now back up to 530s here, guys. 530s. Carvana, on the other hand, is popping all the way back up. It's at 46.50 right now for Carvana, so a big run back up. The S&P is still dipping down a little bit, but AMC very volatile, back up to 540s, testing 550 now again. Carvana breaking the market open highs as well here, teams. This is a big move. Again, we got manufacturing and services PMI, team. If you haven't already, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it. Again, will AMC rebound and go green on the day, guys? Will AMC rebound and go green on the day? For manufacturing and services PMI, guys, we got 5 minutes. All right, so we bought another dip in the S&P 500 here. We're going to go ahead and just scalp that little gain here. We are up about 215 on the day now, 215 in gains here on the day. NASDAQ retracing all the way back up here. We're playing kind of like a game of picking up pennies in front of a train track because we do have services PMI data dropping in about 5 minutes, guys. Services PMI data dropping in about 5 minutes. Tesla is flying up. It's at 258s today. 258s for Tesla. All right, so we have about 700 people here today, right now. And again, we do have the manufacturing and services PMI coming out pretty soon. All right, so AMC dipping down to 520s here after the halt. Carvana, guys, ripping up to 47s here. 47s for Carvana. AMC testing, moving towards the low of the day here, guys. Does AMC break the low of the day? Let me know. It's starting to dip. It's at 520s right now, 520s. And again, we do have a S&P manufacturing and services PMI coming out pretty soon. The S&P ripped up. Or we got manufacturing and services PMI coming out pretty soon. All right, so AMC consolidating here. It's at 525. There's the S&P ripping over highs as well, guys. There's the high rip. Hey, thank you, Gabe. Liked, sub. Thanks for the stream. I'm working and can't check constantly, so I appreciate it. All good, man. Thank you for the support, guys. Yeah, y'all hit that sub button, hit the notification bell. We appreciate it. Again, an S&P right at the top of the range here. AMC at 530 or so. Carvana flying up, though, over 47 still. A bunch of big green candles for Carvana. The Russell is ripping. Yeah, we got a bunch of stuff ripping up today, including the NASDAQ. The S&P just broke highs of the day for a split second and then pulled back. Carvana starting to dip a little bit. AMC still sitting at 530s or so. 530s for AMC. And again, 3 minutes before we have services PMI data dropping. 3 minutes, team. All right, so we're testing the top of the range for the S&P here. I don't want to... I didn't ban anybody today, Maruti. Don't stop being dramatic. You're just bringing up controversial, dramatic stuff, trying to troll. AMC is cooked and my dreams are done. I don't mean to laugh, but don't put your whole stake in life on AMC. I'll tell you that. There's risk. I'm not saying I hope AMC goes up. I'm in AMC right now, but am I going to invest my life savings like it's an absolute sure thing? Of course not. And I think that's incredibly risky. And I think that's something that a lot of traders have done over the last 5 years, 3 years. But it's just risky. Y'all be careful, man. All right, so we're trying to consolidate and hold. AMC still sitting at 525s. All right, guys, here goes the manufacturing and services PMI data dropping right now, guys. Manufacturing and services data dropping right now. Again, subscribe if you haven't yet. Here it goes. Expectations are 54 for services PMI, 54. Market might be a little quiet waiting for this data. Again, 54 is what's expected today, and it's about to drop in 20 seconds. Make sure you hit the live button next to the play button. 54 is expected for services PMI, which means a slight expanding services sector, improving services sector. 10 seconds. Manufacturing PMI is expected at 46.4, which means they're expecting a slight contracting manufacturing sector. Tesla just broke highs to 259 right now, and here's the data. All right, so manufacturing came in at 49, higher than expected. Services PMI came in at 52.4, less than expected here. So services came in lower than expected at 52.4 versus 54, which means a slight deteriorating services sector. And then manufacturing came in at 49, which means a slightly more expanding manufacturing sector than expected here. And again, we do have this upward move here. S&P testing highs. But yeah, services came in at 52.4 versus 54 expected, and manufacturing came in at 49 versus 46 expected here. We're going to put this data up on screen. Again, we cover this data quickly here. We cover it as soon as it drops. That was in like a quarter second. And so if you haven't yet, again, subscribe. We gave you that data quick. Yeah, you're not kidding. You're just trying to troll, and then you're pretending like you're kidding. So good day to you, sir. All right, we're gonna pull back a little bit. We might buy this dip. I don't know. All right, so we're gonna put this data up on screen again. 52.4 for services PMI, and then they came in at 52 for or 49. So here's services PMI on the screen. We're also gonna put the manufacturing data. So here's the data right there on screen. Let me know what you guys think. Markets pull it back a little bit now. AMC still sitting at 520s. 520s. All right, big pullback here, guys. Big pullback dip. Yeah, and so to understand, guys, like we're not banning him just randomly. Like we look back at the logs of traders. Like so we look back at like what people are not just saying in their last comment, but what they're saying as like looking at all their comments. And this guy is just trying to troll. You know what I mean? Like he's just saying controversial stuff. He's poking, he's trolling. So again, he's not going to last long. Tesla consolidating around the volume weighted average price. AMC still sitting there. We're looking at the NASDAQ though. All right, so we got a pretty big drop in the NASDAQ and then a bounce back up. I'm just kind of sitting tight, waiting for something to happen here. Watching the S&P, watching the NASDAQ. Try to hold. A little rejection and movement. All right, nice trade that we're making here in the NASDAQ here. We are riding a huge breakdown here. Whew, all right. Hey, we just got one of our best trades. We are up $900, $830 on this trade. So we have a beautiful cushion. And this is a trade, and this is an account that we had over 50% here. So we are very close to getting funded. If we can make about another $700, we're going to get funded, I think. If we're going to make about 700, we're going to get funded. So far, after commissions, I'm going to go with we're up about $600 in this account. And so I think in order to get funded, let's see, let me make sure this is the right account. Hold on. Let me make sure this is the right account. All right, so we see that. Got a nice little breakdown. So we shorted the NASDAQ into that breakdown. All right, so we see that, and then let's go up and we see that. All right, so good. All right, so yeah, so far in this account, we need about $700 to $800 in profit. About $700 to $800. We're very close. So here's the E-mini. At the very least, we got a nice little cushion to where we can get pretty close. We like the real test here is we don't want to make too much money so that we go over 50%. All right, so far we are good. So here's one account. One account we are up 900 today, 830. We'll call it 800. So one account we're up 800. The other account we are up, and this is the 150K one right here. We're up about 560. The other account, we are up about 450 in the other one. So we're doing okay here. AMC testing that $5 low, though, guys. So AMC is testing that low here. Y'all be careful. You can't make more than 50% on any specific day, which I shouldn't be. Again, we are up on that day. We're not up over 50%. We shouldn't be. All right, guys. So again, hitting that $5 level. And again, to understand, like if the offering goes through for AMC, it's generally going to cause negative price action short term. So like if the offering goes through, the price is going to drop because what an offering is ultimately dilution, right? So it's dilution in the company themselves. That's what the offering is. Don't let anybody twist it another way. Offering is dilution. That's number one. Offering is dilution. All right, so the E-mini in a downward trend now, short term. I'm going to add one contract. We're going to add up to 4 contracts of the regular E-mini here. See if we can catch downward price action breakdowns. There's 2. I don't know if I'm liking this bounce, though, to be honest. Tesla's moving up fast. I think I'm just going to stay in 2. All right, so we have 3, and that's it. We're not going to add more. That'll be it. See if we get a flush breakdown. I like that candle wick. All right, flat on the position now. All right, look at Cvna flush. All right, there we go. Green on the trade. Half off. Taking another piece. Took another half off. We got 1 contract left. All right, go ahead and get out the rest. All right, so now we are up about 950 or so. 950. So we need about $500 left in this account to hit it. So I got 2 options. I could try to hit that last 500 tomorrow and just get funded tomorrow. Or I could try to hit it today and get funded today. The risk of hitting it today is that it's going to be close to 50% of my profit in this account if I hit it today. That's going to be the thing. It's going to be close. So it's for the challenge. Once you get funded, I don't think there's any fee, and I think you have to pay like once you're funded, you got to pay like $160 flat fee or something like that. And then I think it's gone, but I'm not 100% sure. I would check out with them first. All right, look at the breakdown in the E-mini here, guys, and we've been mostly making money shorting this. So mostly making money on the short side for this. AMC consolidating right at $5 here, guys, right at $5. So you can kind of see the breakdown here. And again, we're just trying to trade with the trend. Cvna breaking down to under 45s too. AMC bouncing right around over $5 a share here. All right, so if you want to check out Top Step is a funded program for futures for everybody asking me. So we got a couple questions because they see me trading it. There's no PDT in futures, so you can day trade short in futures without the restrictions of the PDT rule. And you can day trade the NASDAQ, currencies, the S&P 500, essentially gold and silver. And there's no red tape. There's no PDT rule. Top Step's the most legit funded program. They're kind of who everybody else copies off of. They've been around for over 10 years. Before everybody else for the most part. And again, what they do is they give you a demo and they test your skill. And you can open up to 3 accounts funded at a time and more combines if you want, but it's a challenge. They give you a demo, they test your skill. The base one's $50K. It's only $49. If you can hit 3K in profit, which is what we're shooting for on this one, without losing over 2K total in a drawdown, then they fund you 50K with a 90% split, and you get to keep your first $10,000 in profit. You get to withdraw your first 10K in profit once you make it, and you get to keep 90% after that. And so again, it's a great way to test your skill. I think most people are going to fail these challenges because most day traders lose. But I think they used to have it where you couldn't make more than 30% a day, right? So it took you a minimum of 4 days because you have to make at least 30. You can't make more than 30% a day. And if you do, I think they just give you a little bit more profit that you have to make. They recently upped it to 50%, which is going to make it a lot easier to get funded, But again, it's $49 a month right now for the base one. You can get the 150K one. I think it's $100. So it's a pretty good deal right now where you can get it for very cheap. And again, if you want to check it out, here's the link. They are a sponsor though, so I'm certainly biased. They pay me money. And so I'm certainly biased in their favor, as anybody would be in my situation. But I still think they're very useful. I think most day traders lose money. And so I think like most day traders lose, right? That's just a truth. That's just an obvious truth, is that most day traders lose money. Now, you can either put up $5,000 yourself in futures and risk that, and you're probably going to lose much more than how much a combine would cost, or you could put up $49, test yourself. You're still probably going to lose because most day traders lose, but it's going to be a lot less dramatic, and it's going to teach you how to trade, as well as if you're good enough to pass it, you'll still get a lot of the rewards anyway. It's 90% split, so you're still getting a lot of the benefit without the risk, in my opinion. Yeah, the reason they give you those rules is because, like, if not, it would be really easy. All you'd have to do is just buy a bunch of accounts, YOLO, have one big trade, take max size, have one big trade. If you lose, just reset it again, take max size, have one big trade, and then you're funded. And that's not a true test of skill. Yeah, Carvana breaking down here. AMC still over $5. Yeah, I mean, he's talking about the consistency rule, which is a reasonable rule. Again, I think it's very reasonable. Look at Carvana just dump down here, guys. Carvana, look at sketch. Y'all be careful, man. All right, so we got a little bounce up here. Again, I don't know if I want to short this yet. Bear's going to give up soon? Maybe. We'll see. I'm kind of tempted to short this. I'm going to take one contract short, just one. Because we're in a downtrend. Again, I'm not going to be betting against trends. And so we're going to try to make some more. And if not, well, we're going to have a pretty easy $500 goal tomorrow. All right, I'm gonna take two, but I'm gonna get a lot. I'm gonna be a lot tighter with this. Unless we get rejected here, we break the high of this candle. I gotta cut it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut it. So we lost a little bit there. It's all right. We're still up 700 on the day. The question is, do I want to sit on my profit right now, which is about $500 or $600 net, and that would bring me to need about $1,000 tomorrow? Or do I want to push harder on a breakdown ultimately? And I think either way could work. Thoughts on Starbucks? I don't know, man, about Starbucks. All right, look at AMC starting to bounce back though here, guys. So AMC starting to come back a little bit. NASDAQ acting really volatile, man. All right, so we made a little bit more back here. Now we're up over 800 again, scalping this move. So we're up about 800. Again, I want to make it easy to get funded if I need to. AMC back up to 510s. It's looking okay. Market's in a slight little uptrend here, but it's after a big breakdown, so it could just be a bear flag. Yeah, it could just be a bear flag. I'm trying to watch the market, watching the NASDAQ, watching the E-mini. I just made a little bit more. We're back up to $900. I'm really just scalping what we have right now. You know, I don't know if this is going to be a bear flag or what. Let's see what the NASDAQ gives us. Watching the NASDAQ get a firm little rejection here. All right, so we got one last little trade. We're up about 120 in this thing here. I'm gonna let this work and see if the NASDAQ starts to break down on like a bear flag. And if we cover it, we're still gonna be up over 1,000 on the day. If we, if we make money on it, we should be up pretty close to getting funded here. And I want to let this really break down now. There we go. I want to see if the bear flag continues here. It just broke out. And again, we're still pretty flat on the trade. Or no, we're actually still very green on the trade. I'd love to see this break down though, but I'm going to cut it pretty quickly if it rips up. All right, there's a rejection all the way back down. We break the top of this range, I'm going to have to cut it. Yeah, we're going to have to cut it. All right, so again, you got to see, like, we lost on that one, but in terms of the actual trade, we are still up about 881. So basically flat on the trade. And now that we're breaking back up, I don't know if we have the range that we want to take it in. All right, we're gonna short this because I want to see if this turns into a bear flag, and I think I could take one contract at the Nasdaq and get the reward that I want without taking on too much risk. If it breaks down, which it's testing the bottom. All right, we're up 65, 75. There we go. Like if we fully break down, we're gonna be up a lot. And now we're flat on the trade. Let's see if we reject up here. There we go. 200. $140 on the trade. Come on, break down. Yeah, now it's just stopping me out, unfortunately. If we break the top of this range, we'll cut it. Very flat, very choppy right now. Maybe a risk me taking these trades as a whole, but we've been doing okay. All right, back to break even. Nasdaq's very choppy, very neutral. All right, back to green. 75, 65. The problem is it's been chopping back and forth, up and down, up and down. I'd love to see a bear flag breakdown is what I want here, though. All right, we're up about 100 on the day now on this one. New candle's going to open up in about 15 seconds. Let's see if it opens up below my average price. Will be a great sign. Here's the new candle, 5 seconds. There we go. All right, so it did open up below my risk, but a lot of choppy consolidation here in the Nasdaq. Again, I'm pretty flat or break even a lot of the time here, so I'm not super concerned about it, but I guess I'm trying to let one contract at the Nasdaq go farther than it is right now. You know, $100 is great, but it's not enough to where I'm going to be content with the trading. If we get a breakdown and a bear flag here, it's going to be a few hundred, and it's going to be much better. There's 160. Here's the start of it. Here we go. Let's see if we can break under this low right here. There we go. All right, so we just cut it. Yeah, we're still up about 1,000 on the day, so we didn't make as much as we wanted. Maybe we'll short into this. And then add another contract at the top if it flushes. There we go, is another one. There we go. All right, just made another 100 or so. We are up about 1,100 on the day. We realistically, man, we really only need, we were up about $1,600 prior to this, which gives us, we're up about 1,700 or 2,700 in this account. We're $300 away. So we'd be smart on this last little position here, and we can have a good little trade. All right, I like this flush. All right, just made another 100. We are up about 1,200 on the day now. All right, 1,200 plus 1,600 is 1,800. So we need $200 on the day. I mean, this is pre-commissions though, so. All right, we got one contract here. I'm not going to take more than one for the rest of the day. That way, if I lose, I can't give back too much of this profit. And if we need to just kind of sit it out for the day, we will on this account and make that. Yeah, I'm just going to make that final push tomorrow, guys. We're up $1,000 in this account. That brings this other account up to where we only need about $400 in profit. And I think I have kind of picked up pennies in front of the train track too long with this. I'm going to lock in my profit. So here's my graph of the day trading this account. We're going to go ahead and get funded tomorrow on this one. But we're up about 1,000, which is good. Our win-loss ratio is about 4-1, which is great. We're going to switch over to a different account now and trade a different one. NASDAQ, we had fun trading it, but we are going to pivot over to something different now. And let's see what's the next one. We got a couple different ones with cushions on the day. Let's find one. Okay, here's one. All right, so we got a different one right here. All right, so this is account 2. Let me make sure this is the same. All right, so here's account 2. E-mini moving up a little bit. We got Cvna popping up. AMC's doing a little bit better. It's at 518s now, 518s. I got a little upward pattern here. Yeah, I don't really know the pattern. I mean, I guess we're in an upward move. I can draw the trend here. We'll see if we follow this trend. But here's the potential trend starting right here. If we reject right now, at least. Here's the potential trend starting right here. And if this is the trend, then we're going to wait for a pullback. But you can kind of see the little trend we see here. Also, guys, a lot of what I'm doing today is based off of Chart Prime Trading View Indicator Services. So here's Chart Prime right here. I've been using the Market Oracle Pro on the 1 minute, and you can see how accurate this is. This is a Trading View indicator service you can use in stocks, crypto, forex, futures. Just incredibly useful here. You can see the link. You get 40% off if you use my link. It's right there if you want to check it out. But again, look at, I've been using this a lot. You can see the sell signal here, and that's kind of opened us up where I'm okay with shorting, and you get the huge breakdowns over the next like 15 minutes. Look at the buy signal here. Huge bounce in the E-mini. Sell signal here, drops. Buy signal here, bounce. Strong sell signal here in the NASDAQ, big drops. Strong sell signal here, bounce. This one was wrong. Bounce on that strong buy signal. Sell signal worked. Buy signal worked. Sell signal worked. Buy signal worked. And so again, this is just a small piece of what they offer. There's so much stuff. I could put up the regular Market Oracle and see reversals. I could put up chart patterns here and zoom out. You can see I set alerts on the NASDAQ and everything else. There's just so much stuff that you can use. You can see this pattern here. It's the wedge pattern. I could put up a long-term chart and put up an hourly chart and see the same thing on a longer-term basis. So if you want to take longer-term trades, if you don't want to scalp like I do, you can. And there's just so many different examples of this being like a powerful service. You can use this on stocks, crypto, forex, futures. I use it a ton with my Top Step account. I use it a ton with my Top Step account. And again, $35 a month. It's very cheap. It's like $34 if you use my link, I think, as well. And again, if you want to check it out, great way to help support the channel. They are a sponsor of mine also. You can see the link here. Check them out. Yeah, just remember, most day traders lose. Like, we plug sponsors. I'm certainly biased on all of their favor because, again, they pay me money, so I'm definitely biased. And I'm always honest about that. And I can't guarantee you're going to make money doing anything. Day trading is incredibly difficult. Most day traders lose money. So just understand that. And again, a lot of the sponsors are ways to kind of help new traders, like funded account programs. It's just so much cheaper to lose a funded account program than it is to lose your own account, right? And like in that regard, that's the mindset you got to think of it in, you know? Yeah, we went ahead and banned the traders guy. He's just sitting around waiting to cry. My guess is he's somebody that used to work with me that's creating a bunch of fake accounts now and just kind of getting real petty, you know. So cheers to them. If that's how they want to live their life. Cheers to you, kind sir. Tesla over the previous closing price. So Tesla is technically green on the day now. Technically green. Wait, people are mad. Beginner trading, your viewers seem pretty inexperienced and act like they're not. Well, I mean, yeah, I think some here are experienced. Some of the viewers are experienced and others aren't. It varies. I mean, my channel is called Beginner Trading. We're just a resource and community for traders. And again, I'm actually better at swing trading than I am day trading. So it's like I day trade, but I'm actually better at swing trading than I am day trading, in all honesty. So like, in the end, I mean, some of them are good, some of them aren't. Thus is life. Why am I using market orders? Because I could scalp faster with it. How you guys doing today? Y'all red or green today, team? All right, so again, you can kind of see this trend here on the E-mini. Part of me wants to short to see if we're in this trend right now, but we drew this trend. I don't know if we're going to hold this trend or not, but you have your days in day trading too. Yeah, I mean, my big thing is like I don't want to act like an expert or a guru, or I don't want to sell a course. Like the reason we have sponsors is because I don't want to sell a course. Like I don't want to pretend. Like what happens a lot of the time is like we have gurus who sell courses, and then because they're selling courses for thousands of dollars, then when it comes time that they have a bad week, instead of being honest with their following about having that bad week, they instead kind of fudge their numbers a little bit to seem better because they have that kind of, they need to look good in order to sell courses, right? So it just ends up spiraling into this big like nonsense where they're just kind of lying about everything. And like, I'd rather just tell people, hey, look, I'm not an expert. Hey, look, I don't even claim to be a good trader. I will say I'm green on toss this year in my trading profits. I'm green this year in Moo in my trading profits. That's all I'll say, right? And again, y'all can make your own judgments outside of that. But my big thing is like, I don't want to be another guru, sleazy expert selling courses. I'd rather just say, hey, look, I'm not an expert. I make my money on the back end with sponsors, and we give people free market data. Like the FOMC meetings this week, we're going to have thousands and thousands of people here during the FOMC meeting because thousands of people tune in because we cover the data very quickly in an understandable and readable way. And so my channel is not just a day trading channel. It's a broad economy channel. We cover economic data mostly here. So, I mean, that's basically my channel, Critics, they sometimes kind of like they want to put all my eggs in the day trading basket so they can have an easier time like criticizing me, but like in the end, I don't claim to be a good day trader, and I think whenever I do that, it's kind of like, checkmate. They can't really say anything. Nah, the chat's fun. Sometimes it's chaos. Like Tesla earnings were chaos, man. We had so many people here. It was just drama. We actually had the most viewers for our Tesla earnings stream that we've ever had in Tesla earnings. Like the whole stream got like 15,000 views. We had thousands of people here. It was fun. But the chat that day, whenever we have so many people here, the chat just moves quick, Hey, well, thank you, Kenny. All right, guys. All right, team. So we're sitting tight here. Again, I don't really see any big edge right now in anything. All right. So, yeah, I don't really see any big, good, hey, baby. All right, guys. So, yeah, we're, sorry, Carol came in here. Hold on. Hey, baby, come here. You want to come on stream? Some people say that you and I are like on the outs. Some of them have, yeah. I had one comment that said that's why your girl left you and like all this stuff. And so, hey, look, Carol's right here.
Oh, they can't really believe that.
No, I know. I tell them. I try to tell them. I'm like, look, Carol and I have been together for 10 years. You know, like she's here. Love you.
We're not together. We only traveled with each other for the last
right, for a month straight, dude. Honestly, I was worn out. I was worn out afterwards, to be honest. It was work, But hey, love you all. I'm gonna go ahead and close it down, guys. I just don't see much. This trend actually drew my workout on the E-mini. We'll see if it holds, but we did have that. We did have that same trend, so it might work. But yeah, I'm gonna go close it down. Y'all be safe. Y'all be good. I love you all. I'll see you guys later. Check out our sponsors. Great way to help support the channel. Again, I think we'll get funded probably tomorrow. But yeah, guys, y'all be good. I'll see you guys tomorrow.